And we are back with the brand new edition, of course. It's Saturday. It's Saturday. We made it through the week. I didn't introduce myself. My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I obviously already know that sounds good. So click that follow button, subscribe button, wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me, want to figure out where you're going wrong so you can get it right, all links are in my bio or description if you're on YouTube. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip. I always upload them on the tube of the U, so you can go ahead and watch the replay and subscribe while you're there. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your children, tell everybody. Okay, and all jokiness aside, I was a little late because, I had to cook my daughter some pancakes, and pancakes take a while, especially when she eats 6. And she has the nerve to talk about how many tacos I eat. Please. Hey, kitty cat. Hey, Nesp. Hey, Liz. Hey, everybody. I will have to tell you, somebody said in the WhatsApp group yesterday, was posting their success story. Big ups to... Oh my God, I'm drawing such a big blank. What a piece of shit I am. Hate to share, girlfriend. Anyway, somebody posted in the WhatsApp group yesterday that they said they had a 5-hour conversation with their SP yesterday and confirmed everything that I've been telling you guys. Is they said you won't have to ask a damn thing because they will confirm everything that you want to hear. They always do. They always do. Dade, that's right. Thank you so much, Flashing. Dade. Because you will not have to confirm anything. They will automatically confirm it for you. They'll tell you everything you want to hear. And all this time that you guys spend wasted wondering what they're thinking, what they're doing, if they're missing you, what's going on in their little pea brain of theirs, then they just confirm it all. So you're wasting time, right? You're wasting time. And this should inspire you because Dade made a very good point in he made it a point to tell all of you guys that he did a lot of wavering. Still got a shit. Do you think that matters? It does not matter. So you guys need to stop, only because does wavering matter? Yes and no. Okay. Does wavering matter wavering matters if you assume it matters. Okay. If you want to sit there and tell yourself, because remember, everything is an assumption. So if you want to tell yourself over and over again that like every time you waver, you're like, I fucked it up. You're going to be right. You're going to be right. Or you can just, of course, Miranda, or you go, hey, welcome to bestie. Or you can just sit there and say, just don't even worry about it. Okay. So you wavered. So what? Pick up and move on. Okay. I didn't sit there and say that I was screwing things up if I wavered. I didn't even acknowledge it. I just flipped it and moved, kept it pushing. And so that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Okay. You can't sit there because remember, whatever you assume to be true will always be true. Does not matter. It doesn't matter. It will always be true. Okay. Because everything's an assumption, including if you screw it up, including if you waver, including all that shit. So why on earth would you want to put things out there and create assumptions that don't benefit you? So the worst thing you can do is create the assumptions that every time you waver, you screw your shit up. Okay. I never said that, but I did make it a priority on the last step in my manifestation to say, I'm not wavering. That's what I said. I'm not going to waver from this because every time I wavered from it, it slid back, but that was only the last step. So I didn't sit there and say I screwed it up. I was just like, okay, push it forward again. You can't screw the shit up. You cannot screw it up. Literally. Hey, Lindsay, girlfriend, just got off a phone call yesterday with somebody. And within 30 minutes of us talking, SP contacted her. Like nothing was wrong. Nothing's ever wrong until you tell yourself something's wrong. Okay? You can waver all the time. As long as you don't acknowledge it being a problem, you're Gucci. You're good to go. All right, let's see what people are asking here. If you have any questions about SPs, that's what I'm here for. I sacrificed my life for you guys. Just kidding. But I do have a much needed desire to do my nails after this live. So I do have a hard stop. So I can, get my nails, so I can do my nails. Plus, I'm making tuna salad today. And why I never got groceries delivered to my house other than once from Amazon Fresh, I don't know. I opened up my door yesterday and there they all were. Didn't have to worry about shit. Didn't have to go grocery shopping. But I will tell you, I do have a newfound respect for Instacart people because I had no idea they actually went grocery shopping for you. Like literally go grocery shopping for you. I didn't know that. But he did a good job. SP viewing my page and being upset with me. What about it? What about a heartbreak? What's SP upset about? You can't leave a cliffhanger on there. First of all, here's the thing. If SP's viewing your page, he's obviously not that upset with you. You have to look at it that way. Because if I'm upset with somebody, do you think I give two shits what's on their page? Nope. I mean, it takes a lot for me to... It's the one thing you guys should know about me. If I get upset with you guys, it takes a lot. I don't get upset with you guys, but it takes a lot for me to get upset. But I certainly ain't going to go down the rabbit hole of viewing their... What up, Shancy girlfriend? Viewing their stuff on their social media when you're upset with somebody. So don't worry about it. And being upset, I literally just talked about this, where I had two people think that their SPs were upset with them. And I said, oh, who gives a shit? Assume now that they're over that shit. And both of them, within less than an hour, got contact from their SP as if nothing was fucking wrong. Yeah. Because they're only upset with you if you acknowledge being upset with you. But now, why don't you heartbreak? Assume that they're over that shit. That you can never make them upset with you. They never get mad at you. You never do anything wrong. Have that as an inner conversation. So therefore they don't get upset with you. Who cares if they get upset with you? Oh well. So now they're over it. Getting in a state is easy, but how do you stay in it? And that's the key. The way you stay in that state is the same way you got into the state. Okay. So if you're getting into the state by, focusing on inner conversations and your affirmations and so forth, and viewing your SP as the way that you want and expect them to be for you, then all you do is hold that. Okay. So anytime you get out of that, anytime you waver from that, then you just flip that and get right back into the state. It's the key is to push yourself to stay in that state as much as possible. And the only way you do that is by focusing your attention on what you want, not what you don't want, or what you want to see, not what you are currently seeing in your 3D. Right? So if you can stay in the state for a short amount of time, things shift. But that's the problem, is most people don't stay in the state long enough. And I'm not saying you have to stay in there like this master ass bitch where you're just going to stay in the state all the time. It's kind of like saying that you need to be in a high vibe all the time. That's not realistic. Okay. Is it easier the more you see movement? Yeah, it is. But you need to push yourself to stay in that state. Okay. To stay in the state of the wish fulfilled, if you will, as if you're with your SP now. Not tomorrow, not a year from now, but right now. Miranda, I just left me and SP's apartment to get some more of my things, and I got emotional on both ends. Why? See, this is where you have to break pattern. Okay, you have to break the pattern. So you're going... I would understand that statement more if you left SP's apartment to go home and you're feeling emotional because you miss him. But you literally left his apartment to go get some more of your things. So that tells me that your relationship obviously is moving in the right direction. So we can't be flip-flopping. We can't be flip-flopping. Unless you're getting emotional because you're leaving your own place. I can understand that part, but it's like at this point, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to go and stay with SP and have your stuff be at SP's house and spend more time with SP, or do you not? Getting emotional is not a big deal. As long as they're like let's say you left to go get more things and you're feeling like you're crying. Emotional is not a big deal. It's the thoughts behind the emotion that's manifesting. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that. If you're sad, that's fine. Affirm through the tears, right? Or come from a place of like, this is exciting. This is exciting. Like, our relationship obviously is moving in the right direction. He wants me to go grab more of my stuff so that I can stay here because he wants to be near me all the fucking time. This is our new life together. This is a new chapter we're starting together. And sometimes, can that be emotional? Sure, of course. But make it a good emotion, like a positive thing, not because remember, the emotions that you're having on both ends do not have a meaning to it until you give it a meaning. So if you're going to give it a meaning, give it the meaning you want it to have, not the meaning that if you're citing it a negative meaning, right? Like, oh, I'm getting emotional because, I don't know if this is going to work, or we can't do that. We cannot do that. Maybe I should read the rest before I go on fucking rambles. They said they were mad at me and this shouldn't happen. They said they were mad at me and this shouldn't happen. And we were staring at each other in each. Yes, Mima. In each other's eyes. And I could feel the love. I know we both don't want this. I've been affirming they forgive me. Okay, so you mean you left his apartment not to get more things? I'm so confused where this conversation is going, Miranda. Hey, soul girlfriend. Hey, Elena. Oh, and we're back together. I lied about something, so they kicked me out. Okay. So you need to hold on. Okay, first you need to drop that shit. Okay, you need to drop the fact that you lied, and he kicked you out. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing with telling a little white lie. Okay, is when you tell a little white lie, if you can't drop that shit, then you're holding on to it, which means now he is going to question things. He's going to do that stuff because you are holding on to the fact that you told a lie. You need to drop it. You need to dead it. And then he will dead it and he'll move on from it too. But not if you can't drop it. Okay. If you're staring into each other's eyes and you could feel the love, then you need to hold on to that. You need to hold on to the fact that and tell yourself that. These are where inner conversations come into play. Is that I know he loves me. I absolutely know he loves me. I know exactly how he feels about me, right? You need to know that. You need to know where he stands in this relationship. If you don't know where he stands in this relationship, it's not going to go well. Because if you can't get clear, this is for all of you. If you cannot get clear on the trajectory of this relationship, they will not either. Which is why a lot of times they'll tell you things that in your logical brain doesn't make any sense, because you'll be like, where's this coming from? Right? I mean, I've said that several times in the past. It's like they'll say something and you're like, where the fuck is this coming from? Like it seemingly looks like it's coming out of left field, but it's not. Okay. The only reason why what they're saying doesn't make sense to you is because you're flip-flopping back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You're questioning every fucking thing. You're questioning how they feel about you. You're questioning this. You're questioning that. You're questioning this. You're questioning that. And then you wonder why they're confused, why they need a break, why they need to think about things, why they just need to take a step back, why they need to work on themselves, why they feel like they're not good enough for you, all of this shit happens because that's you. It's all you. It's always you. And not knowing where you stand in this relationship, not knowing how A part of you knows how they feel about you, but you battle that shit because it's like, you know how they feel about you, but you're expecting them to reassure and validate that. But you at the same time, let's be honest, we have a way that we want validation, right? We have a way that we want certain things. Like what you say used to piss me off with because my mom would always tell me this, and it used to annoy the shit out of me when I'll say something. She's like, well, you should have said it like this. Huh? Okay. Well, I'm not you, right? So how am I supposed to say something the way you would want me to say it? It's that type of stuff where we have our own love language. We have the way that we know how we want to be treated. We know how things that we want, right? And we expect them to do it exactly how we want it. And when that doesn't happen, then we question the shit. Because it's like, I know how they feel about me. So then you see him and he gives you a hug that wasn't the type of hug you were expecting. Or he seems a little standoffish today, and you're because we're constantly looking for them to confirm and validate. And when they don't do that, then in your mind, now you're questioning, well, does he really love me? Are we really am I just crazy to think this way? Because he's not showing, his actions are not aligning with what you want them to be. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop getting in our own heads because we have one certain expectation of how we expect them to hug us, or that means they don't love us. Or, well, I wish he would do these things. I wish he would say these things. Then expect that from him. They're not mind readers, right? But at the same time, we don't verbalize it. We just change our description to be like, he's constantly validating how he feels about me. He's always reassuring me. Every day he reassures me about his feelings towards me. So therefore, you're getting the validation. You're getting the reassurance that you want. Knowing how someone feels about you and wanting them to express that to you so that you feel safe and secure and confident in your relationship are two totally different things. They're two totally different things because he's going to express it in a way that he's used to expressing it or not expressing it based on his past, right? So maybe he has never been an expressive, let me tell you how I feel type of guy. But that's what you want. So then you have to add that into your description, into your inner conversations where he's constantly validating for me. He's always reassuring me of our relationship. He shows me every day that he loves me. Things like that. So you're getting what it is you're expecting from the relationship, if that makes sense. I feel like that made sense. Yes, I feel it does. That's my intent. I intend that it made sense. See, there we go. Lindsay says I used to be scared SP was nervous. And she stopped that story and he's been flirting with her all day. Yeah, we have to stop assuming things about our SPs that don't benefit us just because they said that, just because they said it. Did you manifest anything other than SP? Yes. I got my start in the manifestation community, not with SP. I got my start with weight loss because I lost over 100 pounds in less than a year. No diet, no exercise. So I did it all through the subconscious mind, through manifestation. So that's how I got my start in the manifestation community. Then on top of that, I was a partner in a business coaching company that applied manifestation, my way of manifesting, to entrepreneurs and their business success. What part of do not disturb don't you understand? Okay. And I coached over 980 entrepreneurs, and I've helped over 80 of them since I took over to make, God, a spammer. I coached over 80 entrepreneurs to get over 7 figures in their business in less than 3 years. On top of that, I had 2 very successful businesses in the past that I got rid of because I hate math and I don't know why I did it, but I was good at it. And then also I've manifested boatloads of cash, and then I manifested my SP back. So because I manifested my SP, who calls 18 fucking times in a row? Anyway, so because I manifested my SP back, I posted about it in a group and people started asking me what I did. So, oh my God. So I went ahead and told them what I did, and within a week they all came back. There was like 4 or 5 of them, all came back like, "Oh my God, I'm back in contact with my SP at work. Thank you so much." Blah 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 blah. So that's why I pivoted to SPs, because I know there's a lot of people have told me there's a lot of false information on TikTok, which is why TikTok and YouTube are my preferred platforms. I don't do Instagram. I do Instagram, but not for business. So yeah, that's what it's all about. I only teach on here. I only teach what I have actually done myself. I don't teach because I saw a YouTube video and that sounds like a rising trending topic, and so I teach on it. Yeah. So a lot of times you guys will ask like, what do I think about this method? And I'm like, I've never even heard of that method before. Because I choose not to go down the rabbit hole of law of assumption shit anymore. Law of attraction, definitely not. Because I used to get stuck in that. Let me do something else. This is working, but let me do something else too. Let me watch another video and another video and another video. And I chose not to do that anymore. So, yeah. That's right, Ness. That's right. I love a good pedicure. Oh, yeah, Flashy. We're doing it next Sunday. Hey, Shed's girlfriend. Okay. I don't know if I saw your messages, Miranda. If they were on TikTok, if I didn't respond, then the answer to that would be no. Because I was responding to people today. She DM'd me just to tell me I'm lying and sneaky. Like what? Okay, so Heartbreak Kurt. You need to change your assumption of her, okay? You need to tell yourself something different. Who gives a shit what she's fucking saying? Who gives a shit? Okay? So instead it's like, no, actually I'm the only one she trusts. She completely trusts me. She knows I have nothing to hide. She completely trusts me, right? She's over the shit, okay? So she's telling you she's lying and sneaky because let's say you did something that where this is coming from is, let's say you did something or said something and could have not been a lie at all, but came across, I dealt with this with a client of mine, but came across as sneaky. Okay, so she felt some type of way about it. So now in your mind, you're like, she thinks I'm lying to her, right? Because you could have said something or done something and then she felt some type of way or alluded to the fact that she didn't believe you. And then you took it and ran with it, where it's like, okay, she thinks I'm fucking lying to her. Like she literally thinks I'm lying to her. So then she pushes that out and confirms, yes, I think you're lying to me. And now you're holding on to that. Now she thinks I'm fucking, like I'm not lying, but that's what she thinks. As long as you believe that's what she thinks, you could not be lying. But as long as you think that's what she thinks, then she's going to continue to tell you that. So instead it's like, no, absolutely not. She completely trusts me. She knows I wasn't lying. She completely trusts me. Okay. That's exactly one of the people that got her SP's attitude to completely turn around in less than an hour, is exactly that. She wasn't lying per se. She just wasn't quick on her fucking toes. See, that's where I'm different. I'm witty. My dad always says, I'll give you that, Jen. You can come up with answers on the fly. Yep. And I'll have them all make sense too. I'll have them all make sense. And so when she was telling me what happened, I was like, girl, I already saw it coming a mile away. It's like, here's what I would have said. And she was like, why didn't I fucking think about that? So, I'm here to help navigate with you. So if you need to, if you make a little slippy slip, don't even trip. Don't even trip. I'll help you revise it on the spot. The answer to where the answer makes 1000% sense. Yeah, that's dumb, Haley. We're not doing that, okay? We're not doing that. You need to just be, okay? Here's the thing. Did I do that to control my thoughts? Yes. But if you're not thinking against your affirmations or against your inner conversations or against what you want, then you don't have to necessarily sit there and affirm, 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 affirm. You do that to discipline your mind so that your mind doesn't go left. But if you're not thinking against it at all, if you're like in a feel-good state, you don't have to necessarily affirm. Do I? Yeah, oftentimes I do, but it's only because it's natural to me. It's natural to me. I don't create assumptions, and that's what you're not going to do, Haley, is create the assumption that if you don't affirm your life away, your shit ain't coming. Okay, we can't do that. But I didn't do that. I just did it. It's just very natural to me. It's very natural to me to affirm. Because it's like, well, what the hell else am I doing? That's how I look at it. Is what else am I doing? Watching a movie? Cool. Do you know how long it took me to watch a movie yesterday? The Expendables. I went on the Expendables marathon. The last one, it took me like 5 hours. It took me like 5 hours to watch that movie yesterday. I kept having to rewind because then I get distracted doing something else and then I rewind again. And my boyfriend's not keen on my movie selections. We're two very different tastes in movies. Like, I'm a huge Medea fan. I love the Medea movies. Him, not so much. Yeah, there you go. Welcome to Moses. Her grounding has been to say everything is perfect. Yeah, everything is perfect. That's what you have to do. You have to, because those are umbrella affirmations. Okay. So instead of saying, that's where I tell you guys, instead of like, because let's be honest, if we were to focus and say, okay, to get everything that I want out of this situation or in my life, I'd have to affirm all kinds of shit, right? I'd have to affirm all kinds of stuff. Or I could just say everything in my life is perfect. Everything is fucking perfect. And that just covers all that shit. What's the pleasure? What's the pleasure? I'm not going to sit there, because then that's where notepads come into play. And that's what I got stuck in, is you have this notepad and you got all these different chunks of affirmations versus you could be like, no, everything is perfect. I'm not saying don't affirm for SP or focus on your inner conversations, but that's what I would say. Yeah, that's a good one. Nesp, you don't have to feel like you don't have to affirm all day, every day, your life away. You don't have to do that, because it's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. See, society is that's where the community as a whole, that's where we get stuck. That's where we get stuck in thinking we have to affirm all day. And then if we don't, no. Affirming is solely to distract your thoughts. That's all it is. You have to look at it like that. Affirming is thought distraction. That's all it is. That's all it is. So if you're like in some feel-good vibe, cooking dinner, listening to music, and you're not thinking against it at all, then you don't need to affirm. You only affirm to focus on what you want. Do I affirm? Yes, but that's my own choice. It's not because I certainly don't have the assumption that I must affirm all the time. Don't do that. Don't do that. It was emotional because we both still love each other and we know that. They're just mad at me. Okay, Miranda, right now, you're going to dead that fucking story. You're going to dead that story. Okay? Because remember, everyone is you pushed out. Okay? So that's where you leverage everyone is you pushed out. Okay? So by you assuming, because that's what you're doing, I don't give facts, there's no facts in the world. If by you assuming that they're mad at you, they have to continue to be mad at you. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. Same with you, Kurt. Heartbreak Kurt. If you, whatever you assume about this person to be true, and I don't care if they've said it out of their mouth. I don't care if it's blatantly obvious. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have to show up based on your assumptions of them. So if you assume that they think you're a liar, if you assume that they're mad at you, they literally can't be anything else. They can't be anything else. Or you can assume that they absolutely love you and that you're the happiest thing in their life. That will also be true for you. Okay? It's whatever you're choosing to accept. And so many of you are constantly choosing to accept what you don't want. Because you listen. This is why people want to know, why are SPs harder to manifest than money, business success? Because SPs have fucking mouths. And we like to listen to them. And then we like to go in our fucking mind palace and just fill it with a bunch of bullshit that doesn't benefit you in any sense of that word at all. So why do that? Why do that? It's the same, like I'm always telling you guys, it's the same amount of effort. A thought is a thought. There's no more effort involved if you're thinking positively or negatively. It's not like, in order for you to think positively, it's, there's a 55-step framework, but negative thoughts, no. No, it's the same effort. So if you're going to spend the same amount of effort, why the fuck would you want to spend that effort on your negative thoughts? In listening to them and letting them control your assumptions and control your mind. Why on earth would you let them do that? Because that's what they're doing. Every time you guys are supposed to be the ones in control, not them. But every time you listen to, thanks Lisa with Butterfly, every time you listen to shit that comes out their mouth and you let it affect you and your assumptions and so forth, you're letting them control you. It's almost like, how people will say, no one has free will. You're choosing to give up your free will. I want you to look at it that way. Every time you listen to them, every time you replay the negative shit they've told you, you are giving up your own free will and your own reality. The fuck? Who does that? That's like going to your local county jail and just turning yourself in and then being like, what are you here for? You're like, I wasn't caught, but you know what? I jaywalked down the street and I stole a candy bar from the grocery store. So you know what? Here I am to turn myself in. The fuck? Who the fuck does that? You need to stop doing that. Why on earth would you give up your free will and your own reality? It's the one thing you have. It's the one thing you have. And yet, it's the one thing you're in control of. And it's the one thing you're giving away over and over and over again. It's the one thing you have. It's literally the one thing you have. It's like it's like you may as well just unlock your doors to your home right now, open them up, put a sign out, be like, everything's free. Just come take all my shit. And then just let everybody come in your house and just rob you blind. Because that's what you're doing. Every time you're letting somebody get in your fucking head. Every time you're letting somebody taint your own damn thoughts. You're giving away something. You're giving away a piece of you. Hey, son, what up, son? You're giving away a piece of you. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Oh, God. And Heartbreak Kurt. That's good. She still has feelings. Why wouldn't she still have feelings for you? But stay the fuck off ChatGPT. Stay off ChatGPT. Because here's the thing. ChatGPT could tell you whatever the fuck they want to tell you. Psychics, tarot card readers, all of them can tell you whatever they want to tell you. But You shouldn't need to go to ChatGPT to know if your own girlfriend has fucking feelings for you. You shouldn't need to do that. Do you know why? Because you should know. Because you should know. But if you're going there to ChatGPT, and trust me, you're not alone. You're not alone. But if you're going to ChatGPT to tell you if your girlfriend still loves you or cares about you, that means you're very unsure. So ChatGPT can tell you all you fucking want. They could tell you, ChatGPT could tell you every fucking day that she has feelings for you. But until you choose to assume that and until you choose to believe that, it's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because it all boils down to what you assume and what you believe. And you should know, every one of you should know how your SP feels about you. You should know this shit. You shouldn't need anybody. You should not need anybody to tell you how your SP feels about you. You shouldn't need your mother to tell you. You shouldn't need your child to tell you. You shouldn't need your bestie to tell you. You shouldn't need a goddamn person to tell you what your shit is or how someone feels about you. Ever. Ever. Because that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. That's part of what's leading you down this rabbit hole is because you're unsure. Therefore, you get unsure results. So it doesn't matter if ChatGPT wants to tell you that that woman is obsessed with you until you decide to believe it and assume it to be true. She's going to continue to show you the opposite over and over again. Doesn't matter what ChatGPT said. Doesn't matter. But stay the fuck away from ChatGPT. Unless you're asking ChatGPT to fucking create you a meme or a picture or a recipe or something. That's not what ChatGPT is intended for. It's not intended to be a therapist. BJM, a tarot card reader, told your sister her reconciliation won't happen. Okay, here's the thing. You guys should know that if you go to tarot card readers and they tell you that, okay, whatever tarot card readers tell you should be nothing but feedback for you. You shouldn't take, first of all, I don't think you should go to them. Sanchi, shut the fuck up. I don't think you should go to them. Okay, I've told you this a million times. Everyone here knows where I stand when it comes to them. However, I think it's important if you have gone to them in the past for you to understand why you got the reading that you got. Because all they do is go off of your energy. Your energy. So if your energy is putting out, now let's take this and let's bring a little bit of logic into it. Well, let's bring a little bit of manifestation into this. Okay, so let's say you go to a tarot card reader, the tarot card reader tells you exactly that sorry, it's a wrap. There's no reconciliation. All they're doing is reading your energy, which means that you don't think there is. That you're giving the energy that you don't think they want to be with you. That you don't think that, and that's what they're picking up on. So that should be feedback to you because they're not right. It's okay, I need to focus internally because somewhere internally, that's where I told you guys, you just ask your subconscious mind. Just ask your subconscious mind if you're getting back together or not. And you'll know where your energy's at because your subconscious mind knows where you're at in your thought process and where you're at in your assumptions. Okay. So if your subconscious mind tells you no, then that's not law. It just means, okay, that it's somewhere in my assumptions. I don't think we will. I don't think we will. Well played, Sanchi. That's all that means. Okay. That's all that means. So then you have to sit there and say, okay, so if the tarot card reader is picking up on the energy or my subconscious mind, if I'm giving out the energy and my thoughts are, we're not getting back together or they don't want to be with me, then what am I transmitting to my SP? Let that be food for thought. Because thought transmission's real. We've proven this over and over again. So if that's the case, if everyone else is picking up on the energy that you're not getting back together, so is your SP. But that doesn't mean lose hope. That just means change it. Change it. You'll know where you're at when it comes to your assumptions. You just have to ask your subconscious mind and listen for the answer. Don't think about the answer because that's you thinking. But your subconscious mind knows if you have the assumption that you'll be back together. Which is why when you ask your subconscious mind, are me and my SP getting back together? And I taught you guys the sway test, okay? If it sways yes, then that means that somewhere in your subconscious mind, you have the assumption that you will be back together. That's what that means. Okay, so your subconscious mind is only answering you, okay, based on your own assumptions, okay? So therefore, that should be all the validation you need to stay focused. Okay. What up, Nadine? Hey, Brandy girlfriend. Monique, okay. Bitch, what are you talking about? You don't want him, that's fine. But everything that I tell everyone to do works. It works. It all does. It all does. Okay. And so if it didn't work for you, it's because you, one, probably were not consistent at all. Okay. You probably did it. You probably were like in and out. Hey, Casper bestie. Hey, Patriot Vibes bestie. You're probably in and out where I want this and then I want this and then I want this, but let me bitch about this. And then I want this, but let me bitch about this. And you did a whole lot of negative inner conversations, or you were not viewing your SP, obviously, in a way that you wanted him to be for you. That's how that is. You know, I love that my client says, she goes, it's weird. They're like robots. I was like, I know they are. You just have to give them the right program. But you guys won't even stick it out long enough. You guys just keep wavering every second you get. And you have to understand, this is part of your problem. This is what led to your relationship ending in the first fucking place. So if you keep doing things half-ass, this is exactly what happens again and again and again and again and again. Oh, well, Vendula, I already answered that question. And the reason why a lot of people, a lot of things are easy. Look at that. Heartbreak Kurt got motion when up in the chatty, he was complaining. But the reason why a lot of things are easy for you to manifest, like I said, is because, perfect, Lindsay, I'm going to take a look at him. Who's pro ice? Did somebody just say I'm pro ice? It's weird. Where does it say that on my bio? Yes, I will, Lisa with Butterfly. Do you still get negative thoughts even though you're a master at manifesting? Yeah, of course, haha. I'm not perfect. Well, I mean, I'm perfect, but I'm not perfect in my thought process all the time. So do I get negative thoughts? Of course. It's unrealistic to think you're never going to. But when you have the tools, the tools don't change, right? The tools don't change. And so when you're equipped with the tools, you're equipped to get yourself out of it quickly. You're also equipped to turn things around quickly too. And with anything and anybody, right? It's about learning the basics and the foundation. And when you know that, and now you have the tools. So like when you're in your relationship, do you have to persist forward? 1,000%. Do you have to flip your thoughts? Yes. You can't go back to the same shit you were doing before. We can never go back. I mean, you can if you choose to, but why the fuck would you? When you realize that you're in control of everything. And so will you sometimes have negative thoughts in the relationship you're in? Yeah, sure. But you have the tools to navigate through that and to flip it around and then turn it right back around. And you're right back on track, right? And do you maybe have negative thoughts when it comes to money? Sure, sometimes. But then you have the tools to flip it around. And so therefore it doesn't change, right? So it's things like that. Is the only reason why negative thoughts manifest is because you don't do anything about them. Up until now, you've never done anything about them, right? You just think about it and then you're like, you can even tell yourself, well, that's dumb, but you still didn't do anything about it. So because you didn't do anything about it, it shows up over and over and over again. It produces because you didn't have the whereabouts to change it. But now that you do, then there's no excuse. There's no excuse. You get a negative thought, cool, flip it. You already know this. You already know this. But a lot of you guys forget it, which is why it's important for you to do this now, and for you to work at consistency, right? Consistency is key in anything that you do. It's got to be consistent. Okay. So if you work on consistency now, then guess what happens? It becomes a whole lot it just becomes natural for you. Natural for you. You don't have to sit there and think before you get in the car on how to drive, do you? No. You just get in the car, turn it on, and go about your day. You don't have to sit there and remember, oh, wait, I got to turn my blinker on when I'm 20 feet from the fucking thing. I don't even know. Thank God. I will say that's a good thing for ChatGPT if you want to know the answers to a driver's test. ChatGPT got your back. But again, they could be wrong. But there's certain things that you don't have to think about doing, right? When you get up and put your shoes on, nowadays we don't have shoes with laces, but if you did, you don't have to sit there and remember how to tie your fucking shoe. Just do it. Okay. Most of what we do now is it's just habitual. We just know how to do it. We don't think about how to do it. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So when you do this now and you focus on consistency, then throughout your life and throughout your relationships, you're just naturally doing it now. Negative thought comes up, boom, flip. You don't have to think about it. Wait a minute. Hold on. What was I supposed to do when it came to this? No, you just do it naturally. Inner conversations. Why wouldn't you want to control your inner conversations? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Marisol, I think you're great too, baby. Inner conversations, it's like, why would you not want to control the inner conversations? Why would you not want to think about all the amazing things versus thinking about all the shit they said? To me, that's just, if you were to focus on one thing only, it should be what makes me feel good. Like, what makes me feel better? What makes me feel good? And then that should be what you focus your attention on, because then it's like, well, if I'm going to dip in old store, I'm going to dip in the good stuff because that makes me feel good. The other shit, not making me feel good. So if I focus on myself, then I want to feel good all the time. So how do I get into the state of feeling good? How do I get into the state of having what I want? By controlling your thoughts and your inner conversations about it. So if you want to get in the state that SP wants to be with me state, everything is going my way, we're back together state, then your inner conversations need to be in alignment with that state. But you can't be like, no, me and SP are going to get back together, but all my inner conversations and my thoughts are going to be against that, are going to be in lack state. That's not how that works. That's not how that works at all. So if you're focused on shifting into a state, that's all inner conversations and thoughts is going to put you into that state. And if you can hold that state, that's the challenging part for most people. If you could hold that state if you want to pull Neville Goddard says if you can hold that state for 3 days, then you will get your manifestation. The key is hold the state. And the way you'd hold the state is living in one big fucking fantasy your entire time. It's not delusion, okay? This is where people fuck you up thinking you got to be delusional. You're not making this shit up. You don't need to be delusional about being with the person you were with them before. Okay. You don't need to be delusional about the type person you know who they were before for you. You don't need to be delusional about the conversations that you're replaying, that like the telephone technique where you're going to make up a conversation. No, you've heard them say the shit before. It's a lot easier because that's what a lot of people, when they teach the telephone technique, they teach imagine having a conversation with somebody. Yeah, but what if you could imagine having a conversation with somebody or hear your SP telling you what they've already told you in the past? That's more natural for you. That's so much more natural. It's not forced. You're not making this shit up, because it's like, what am I going to call my mom and be like, hey, Ma, so, oh my God, we just got back together. Probably wouldn't go very well if I told my mom, right? You can do that. You can imagine having a conversation with your bestie saying, yeah, me and Jordan just got back together. Like, I'm so excited. We just got back together. And you could hear that. But what's more natural to your subconscious mind is by you hearing your own SP tell you what they've already said to you. That's much more natural to your subconscious mind, because those conversations come off as natural. You don't have to force the feelings of excitement. You just have to channel how you felt when they told you that the first time. None of this is made up. And when it's not made up for you, then it works a lot faster because you're not making the shit up. So what is there to waver about? What is there to question? You're going to question their own words. They fucking told you out. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really do all that. That's why it works. Mickey Mouse, how to manifest a court date away you don't want to go. Stop acknowledging the court date. Case has been closed. Yeah, no. Actually, the case is gone. The case has completely gone away. It's gone away. What court date? Or what charge? Or whatever it is. Traffic ticket. Doesn't matter. I manifested my brother's DUI to disappear. No court date at all. But that's just because I refuse to accept shit that I don't want. I've manifested that. Yes, it is Sanchi. I manifested that. I also manifested, my court things to be resolved. And then I manifested, there's another court date that went away. I had another court situation, was not my own, that went away. Because I kept reframing for them. They'd say one thing, and I'd be like, no, nothing's going to happen from this. He's like, okay, you're right. It went away. It's not difficult. You just can't acknowledge it, right? DUIs are very cut and dry cases. You blew over the legal limit, charge, right? It's pretty cut and dry, where my boyfriend at the time, this was during the pandemic, my boyfriend at the time was like, that's impossible. Because he had a DUI. He goes, that's impossible. He goes, DUIs are the easiest cases to try, to prosecute. He's like, so he goes, there's no way that your brother's going to beat that charge. I said, what charge? I was like, there's no court date. He's like, no, there will be one. I said, no, there won't. Nope, no court date. Although I will tell you, in the state of California, though, they're a little fucked up, because even if they don't give you a court date and they never charge you with a DUI, doesn't matter. You still have to have the SR22 for 5 fucking years in your car. You're like, for what? Have you ever heard, this is why I'm writing those books? Oh, well, I'm not going to write them. They're going to be short stories of people. I said, this is why here you are in the States, you are guilty until proven innocent. It is not innocent until proven guilty. Because why the hell is my brother got to have an SR22 in his car for 5 years for a case that was never even filed? They were like, so? I was like, I'm innocent. Why would I need this shit? Didn't matter. But I will tell you, it is my firm belief that I'm going to, what's it called? Change the justice system. So I have a couple things I have a problem with. So I'm going to change the justice system. So you will be seeing this face. How do you affirm I'm always chosen when there were gutter trash? I never affirmed I was always chosen when there was gutter trash. First of all, this is a self-concept thing, if you will, when it comes to yourself. Okay. This is why we call them gutter trash, because you should never view gutter trash as being a threat, because you should know who you are, right? If you know who you are as a person, as a woman, as a partner, then gutter trash is not a threat, okay, at all. So I didn't have to affirm I was chosen. Now, what you can affirm is no one compares to me. Like, no one compares to me, because that's a self-concept thing, right? But instead, I affirmed her away. Yeah. And so that's what you would do is affirm them away. So I only have two hands. This is you. This is gutter trash. And this is SP. Right now they're like this. Okay. So you would have to say, okay, this is where we leverage the law. So we say, okay, if everyone is me pushed out, if everyone in my reality, including gutter trash, has to show up based on my assumptions of them, then what do I want to assume about gutter trash that's going to benefit me, right? So you can choose to assume whatever you want. Maybe you know that there's something that your SP that you know is a complete deal breaker for them. They cannot stand something that they cannot fucking stand, right? So maybe you can say you need to give her an identity. The two identities you can never give gutter trash is controlling and manipulative. You can never give them those identities, even if it's blatantly obvious. It does not matter. Okay, those will work against you. So instead, you want to view them as crazy, a raging fucking bitch. Like, somebody who's got serious anger issues, off the fucking rockers, whatever you want, right? That's how you describe gutter trash. Not as competition, but as batshit ass crazy or completely unhinged, okay? So now what your job is only to build the wedge. So then you can affirm, you could say something like, what I said before was, he can't stand her, he's disgusted by her, he wants nothing to do with her. All they do is argue. She's gone away. If you want to shorten it up, all you have to do is say, he fucking hates her, she's gone away. He hates her, she's gone away. He hates her, if you want to see movement, then all you would need to do is throw in all they do is argue. So he fucking hates her, all they do is argue, she's gone away. Okay? Because then you'll see movement. You will never need to seek confirmation. You will automatically get it from SP. You will automatically get it. Okay? So when you do that, you've now created the wedge. Gutter trash plays her part perfectly to aid in your manifestation. Doesn't matter. Okay, so what gutter trash is going to start doing is what you did, is what everyone else tried to do to save their relationship. Force the 3D. And the more they force the 3D, the more they push them away. So while you're also focused on you and SP turns around and comes home to mama. That's how that works. You know what? People can call me whatever they want, and I find it absolutely hilarious. If they want to sit there and call me a grandma, well then, hey, I'm the finest grandma on the fucking planet. I was like, do you think I give two shits? No. But again, this is why I laugh, because they, yes, flashy, yes. This is why I laugh, because people think I actually really give a shit. I don't give a shit, because I want, this is where I tell you, when people talk about you, they want to talk about you. All you need to do is go with it. Because no one's going to tell me who the hell I am. You can come for me all day long if you want. You can come for me all fucking day long if you want. But no one's going to tell me who the hell I am, because I know who I am. So, and on top of that, when people come for you and they want to critique you, all you have to do is feel bad for them. Because the only reason why they're talking about you is because they feel insecurities within themselves. That's all it is. Perception is projection. Okay. So this is a subconscious mind thing. So what they perceive about themselves, they project onto others. That's exactly what that means, which is why people are haters, because they see insecurities and flaw within themselves. So in their mind, it makes them feel better to tear people down out here. But all they're doing, and they don't even realize it, all they're doing is projecting their inner insecurities onto everybody else. Look it up. It's called perception is projection. Okay. And that's what that is. That's all that fucking is. So don't let anybody hurt your feelings. Even this is including SPs too. This is including SPs. Okay. If someone is attacking you, it's just their own insecurities. It's just their own insecurities. Okay. And you can change that though. You can change that. I just personally don't give a shit to change people on the internet. Could I do that? Sure. But for what? I have other things to do. Jen, are you free to move my call up today? I booked it for Friday. No, Sabrina, but thanks for asking. Possibly, girlfriend. I do have to do my nails so desperately after this. I saw an ad and I was like, amen to you, sister. I would have waited on recording that ad, but that's just a personal thing of mine. She was missing a nail. And this one here, it's about to go. And it drives me nuts. Oh. Well, heartbreaker, you could get the notion. Dade, I was just giving you a shout out earlier, sister. But let that inspire you, okay? Because you guys don't need Lisa with a butterfly. That's cool. Make up a jingle. Just make sure that you really internalize the jingle. Could you imagine like the jingle's so catchy with your affirmations about SP that you like start rocking it out and your SP's right there. He's like, what are you singing about? You're like, oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Never. Never mind. Yeah. See, look, Danielle, she said she was getting a nail in her tire and 3 days later she got one. Now, let's channel that inner knowledge. Channel that inner knowledge and be like, well, what is there to learn from that? Because you don't think about it again. Right? She wasn't going around robotically affirming she's going to get a nail in her tire because that's just stupid. Who the hell would do that? Right? But that's just like my brother. When my brother went to borrow my car, okay, I have an SUV. So when he went to go, he needed to get his tires changed or some shit like that. And he still needed to go to work. So he wanted to drop my brother, it doesn't matter if he's got to sit there and wait for 45 minutes. He's one that like is like, can you come pick me up? I'm like, I take you fucking where? So he doesn't like to wait. So anyway, he wanted to borrow my car so he can take his car and to the shop. And I said, okay, sure. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I'm going to sleep. He goes, I'm going to sleep in your car. I was like, why would you sleep in my car when you have a place to live? He's like, I don't want to. He's like, no, he goes, because you have an SUV. He goes, and I don't want to risk the chance that I break your windshield going into like into his garage. I said, okay. And so he borrows my car. He has his overnight stuff and everything, but no pillow. So he calls me the next day and he goes, oh my God, I almost died today. I was like, why do you keep saying you almost died today? He's like, because you almost killed me. I said, for what? He's like, well, he goes, I decided that I was not going to sleep in your car, that I was going to go home after work. Mm-hmm. He's like, so I went home after work. Now, my brother has a Mercedes that sits so damn low to the ground, okay? And his garage has this like overhead storage compartment that protrudes out of the wall. So my brother decides to back my SUV into the garage. He forgot I had an SUV. How you forget I have an SUV? I don't know. You're fucking sitting in it. You know what I'm saying? He backs my car into the garage, and what do you think he does? Breaks my windshield. Breaks my windshield. So here he is at 1 o'clock in the morning, panicking, trying to get someone to come fix my windshield. And I told him, I said, you manifested that, right? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, you literally called out exactly how the fuck you're going to break my windshield. Literally. And he thought about it. He goes, I don't even believe in that shit. He goes, but oh shit. I was like, yeah, less than 24 hours later, this motherfucker breaks my windshield. Exactly the way he said he would. Or exactly the way he said he didn't want it to happen. Because he threw it out there. He just threw it out there. He wasn't thinking about it again, obviously. And boom, windshield broken. $300 later. Fixed. And I hate it because every time it opens, now all you hear is like glass. Because it's inside the shit. But that's how quickly things manifest, guys. That is how quickly things manifest. And that is why, but why do things like that manifest very quickly? Because you don't think about it again. You've said it once, thought about it once, and never thought about it again. That's why it showed up. 1, you didn't flip it. And 2, you also didn't overthink it either. That's why I tell you guys, come up with something just random. Doesn't have to be SP related. It really doesn't have to be SP related. It could be anything. Anything. Obviously make it positive instead of, what my brother and Danielle did. And I did. But think of something positive. It doesn't have to be SP related, and just throw the shit out there. Just say it once. Like something so natural, like a random thought. Just say it once and then just keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Don't think about it again. And watch how quickly that shit shows up. You won't even remember until it happens. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, I thought about that. Yeah. So do that. Do that, because you will see all of a sudden you'll be like, well, damn. Because that's where we have to look and say, okay, if that type of shit can happen, this is where we leverage the law and say, if I can manifest a negative shit because I thought about it once and it didn't, and I never thought about it again, there's no difference in the principles, right? It's the law of opposites, where there's hot, there's cold, up, there's down, good, there's bad, positive, there's negative. There's no different technique because you want to do the positive shit than the negative shit. No. So you may as well say, okay, well, how am I manifesting the negative shit so quickly? Because I'm not suffocating it. I'm not trying. Because who the fuck who the hell tries to manifest negative shit? You know what I'm saying? No one. But we do it all the time. Why? Because we're only thinking about it every once in a while or once. I've manifested plenty of negative crap because I thought about it one fucking time. I said it one time. So if I can do it that way, then why can't I do the opposite? Why can't you do the opposite? With the positive shit. Why can't it be any different? It is no different. It is absolutely no different. Other than the fact that when we want the positive shit, we tend to focus on it more. Right? We focus on what we want. And so because we focus on what we want, sometimes that can unintentionally cause a delay because we tend to focus too much on what we want. And even though you're not focused on what you don't want, you're still saying that shit and you're not focused on it, so it manifests. So let's try shifting that concept to make it work for us and say, okay, well, what if I didn't focus on this so much? I'm not saying let it go. I'm not saying that. I'm saying drop the resistance. Don't focus on it because you didn't have any resistance to that other shit because you didn't focus on it too much. You obviously didn't want that. But what we want, we tend to focus on a lot. But if I would drop that resistance and just throw random shit out there, what's the worst that could happen? I always go under that principle, like, well, what the hell? What's the worst that could happen? Everything stays the same, let's be honest. But what's the best that could happen? You actually get your shit. There's no negative to it. unless you choose to give it a negative. But for what? For what? I don't think so. Thanks, Divine. You have to be delusional in a sense, Haley. You don't necessarily need to be delusional. You just need to focus on what you want, but not put pressure on it. Just be like, yeah, she's gonna, you could just start with something simple, like she's gonna call me. She's gonna call me today. Or she's gonna she's just gonna show up. I bet she's just gonna show up at my place. And then just move on. Don't think about it again. And see what happens. See what happens. Okay? Because again, there's no like negative that can happen from this. The only thing that can happen is positive. Okay? Yeah, Isla White. It doesn't matter if you've never spoken before. Does not matter. That's right, Angela. Angela. You want a court date before your divorce. Oh, man. I'm looking forward to I had chili spaghetti for dinner last night. And no, I don't. Have you ever noticed a bowl of chili that you eat? We'll just talk food for a sec because I like food. I did not have my Subway sandwich yet, though, and I'm very upset about that. But if you focus on chili that you eat out of a bowl is not the same as chili you would put on a chili dog or on chili spaghetti. It's not the same. It's not the same. So I use Hormel chili, no beans on my spaghetti. Yes, I said it. I was telling my boyfriend what I'm having. He goes, that sounds disgusting. I was like, don't knock it till you try it. Do not knock it till you try it. Chili spaghetti is the shit. It might give you the shit too, but it's the shit at the same time. Anna Maria, how does it work that manifests for me coaching? What are the steps? I would like to work with you. I'd like to work with you too, my friend. Links in the bio. Okay. When you sign up, you should be taken to a form. If you are not taken to a form, that is totally fine. Then it will be sent to you. It's also sent by email. And then we schedule a call. We jump on a call. We recreate your SP together. I find out, I want to know some backstory between you and SP. Because that has to do with some of the way we describe your SP. Then I tell you how to play your part, because I can bring them around, but I cannot control the version of your SP that shows up. So I walk you through how to maintain, right? So like, let's say we work together and they contact you tomorrow. That's cool, but I need to know about it because I need to walk you through next steps on how to maintain the communication and so forth. So now you're maintaining the communication while I move on to the next step, and so forth. So it's a partnership. This is a partnership, not a one. I can't do something while you work against me. That's not how this works, because I'm not bringing them into my reality. I'm bringing them into yours. There's a difference. But I don't have any resistance to your SP. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know them from Adam. So I don't have old story, like all that shit that you guys have to overcome. I don't have that when it comes to your SPs. But yeah, let's get it, sister. And then I support you moving forward too, so that you know, so that you maintain it. Well, there's nothing wrong, Mima, with you wanting them back, but I really want you to focus your inner conversations and stop focusing on the time. I need you to drop the time bullshit. Do you understand? Drop the fucking time. Don't worry about it. Every day is like the first day. Every day is another day. Every day is the first day. There's no time. Okay, time is an illusion anyway. So I don't care if you've been manifesting your SP back for 4 months now. No, you haven't. One day. When did you guys break up? Yesterday? Then tomorrow, when did you guys break up? Yesterday? Yeah, I'm getting this man back today. He is mine today. And that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. And I'm just going to do, and I'm going to do, and I'm going to do, and I'll get exactly what I want. That's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. Do you understand? Yeah, Danielle. That's a good point Danielle makes. You can always test this on strangers. You could be walking down the street, or you could be at Walmart. You know what I don't like about stores, and I get it, it's a money thing for them, but it's an annoyance for their consumers, is when they put shit in the middle of aisles. And it's like one direction, because God forbid somebody is standing there. That's why I hate Ross and TJ Maxx. I'm like, you want to move your fucking cart out of the way? Right? It's not, the aisle's not big enough for two. Unless you're in the clothes. And so, but you could literally be at Walmart being like, you're moving. You're going to move out of my way. You're moving out of my way. Obviously not to them, in your mind, and watch them move. You don't want to wait at the register because there's 55,000 people. Why do they I don't understand why cashiers need seats. For what? For what? What do they need a stool for, to sit down? Because they will literally reach, they will not get off that stool like the ground is fucking lava. And they will like reach. And I'm like, what are we paying you for? Because last time I checked, my grocery bill isn't going down because I have to self-bag. They should give you a discount if you self-check out. Self-checkout, you save 5%. I'll self-checkout all day. But they don't. But if you could be like, another register's going to open up, another register's going to open up, and watch one open up, right? Little things like that. You guys should go around and prove your power all fucking day long. All day. Little shit. You're crossing the street right now. You're going to cross the street. Some guys giving it the creepy vibe. You're going to cross the street right now. You're crossing the street right now. Or you get out of the, I'm trying to think who doesn't have sliding doors anymore, gas stations. So you get out of your car and you're like, someone's going to open the door for me. They're going to open the door for me. They're going to keep that door open. And they keep the door open. Right? Because you're in control of everything. Everything. There's no off limits to who gets your thought transmissions and who doesn't. Like that, you don't even have to know the person. Okay? But you can get them to move when you want them to move and do what you want them to do. All the time. All the time. So you guys should do that. That's your task today. That's your task this weekend, because we tend to walk around town this weekend. Although I will tell you, I didn't know that pumping gas at gas stations is still a thing. Like this, what they call it, no? I don't know, where there's somebody there and you're like, fill her up, 20 on 2. And you give it, like, you don't even have to get out your fucking car and they fill it up. I didn't even know that was a thing. Because in California, that ain't a thing. They're like, get your ass out the fucking car and walk into and pay. And then get out and freaking pump your own shit. That's how they do it here in California. But I was on the phone with a client of mine the other day, and she's like, hold on a sec, Jed. She's like, yeah, can I get 20, please? And I was like, the fuck? I was like, they still fill up your gas? She goes, yeah. I was like, oh, man. That's what happens when you live in the city. But that's why when I go out of countries and stuff, and people are rude or don't know what a line is, I was like, oh, don't worry. I'm from California. I got you covered all day on the rude spectrum. Don't even trip. Don't even trip. I can push back too. I may only be 5'2", but don't fuck with the 5'2". All right? Do not fuck with the 5'2". Because I'll sneak my way up in that bitch. Or I'll just flirt my way to the front. One of the two. One of the two. The power of flirtation gets you far. I flirted my way when I went on the Greyhound the one time I told you I went from California. It was with the purpose, thus not to be discussed on TikTok. It was a way former life of mine. Way former life of mine. And I flirted my way all the way through the security checkpoints. They're like, did we check you? Of course you did. They're like, okay. It's all about communication. It's all about communication. But that's what my boyfriend always goes. He goes, I don't know what you ladies complain about. He's like, I don't know what you complain about. He's like, you can literally, if you look, he goes, all you have to do is look good and people will buy you drinks. They buy you dinner. They pay your bills, all that shit. He's like, we can be hot as fuck and no one's buying us drinks, paying our bills, or doing any of that shit. I was like, that is true. Thanks, Lucy with Butterfly. I was like, that is true. That is true. That's why mom likes going to bars with me, because we get served immediately. And then most of the time, especially in Vegas, we don't pay for shit. But then my boyfriend says, doesn't matter how good we look, we still got to pay for our own shit. I was like, that is true. Thanks, user 1035. Luna, you don't know how you got into what situation, my dude, or babe, whatever. Go ahead, drop your situation below and I'll tell you exactly how you got in it. Let's go. Tell you exactly how you got in it. You're not with anyone? Thanks, Norm. Wait, hey, unapologetically, girlfriend, I'm so confused. You don't even know how you got in the situation. You're not with anyone. Well, you caused your breakup. You caused every breakup you've ever had. Every breakup you've ever had. In fact, if you were to take a look at every breakup you've ever had, go all the way back. Just take a look at the breakups of every breakup you've ever had, and you will find consistencies. You will find consistencies. Just like you'll find consistencies if you were to go back in your mind palace and look at all the men you've ever dated, or women, you'll find consistencies there too. And if you also take a look at all the arguments you've had in your past relationships, you'll find consistencies there too, because everything is a pattern. Everything in your life is a pattern, but the one person that's in control of the patterns in their life, you. That's it. So the job is to break the patterns. I told you guys yesterday, if you're doing anything, and this is even not in contact, let's say you're not in contact with your SP, but you find yourself thinking the worst about them. You did that before in your relationship. So that's your chance to break the pattern. Break the pattern. You find yourself bitching about your SP even if you're not speaking to them. You did that in your relationship too, which is what led to the breakup. So this is your chance to break that fucking pattern. Break it now. Like, start raving about them. Get real good at raving about your SPs in your mind about how fucking amazing they are and all this stuff and how perfect of a relationship you have, because you need to get good at that now, because therefore when you're with them, it's easy and natural for you to rave about them. Because why wouldn't you? Because who the fuck wants to sit there and walk around with a billboard on their chest like, I'm in love with a complete narcissistic avoidant asshole? Who the fuck wants to do that? No. Instead, if you're going to put a billboard up, you want to be like, I have the best relationship in the fucking world. And ladies, my man is taken because he's a rock star. Like, he fires off on all fronts. He is nothing but perfection. Yeah. That's my boyfriend. That's my wife. That's my husband. Yeah. That's who they are. Sorry, bitches, off the market, not available. Go find another one. That's how you should be looking at your SPs. Why would you not? Why would you not? Because like I said, who the hell is going to put a billboard up big? Just so you know, I have the worst. I have the worst SP in the world, ladies. I want to make you all jealous as fuck about how narcissistic he is. He's an asshole, treats me like shit, does nothing but disrespect me, and is a complete avoidant. Anyone jealous and envious of my relationship? No. But in your mind, you should be describing your relationship and your SPs like everybody in the world, including your mother, is jealous of your relationship and is jealous of the SP that you snagged. You could change anything about them. You could change their religion. You could change whatever you want about them. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But you should be raving about them. You should want everybody in the world to fucking be jealous of your person. Instead of like, God, get riddance. I'm glad I'm not in that fucking relationship. He sounds like a real piece of work. So look at how you're describing them now. And ask yourself if that would be a relationship or somebody people would be envious about and jealous, or something that they'd run for the fucking hills and be like, God, thank God. Thank God he's off the market because he sounds like a real fucking tool. Who the hell wants their boyfriend or girlfriend, husband and wife to sound like a douchebag tool? I don't. I'd keep that shit to myself. Period. Tomorrow, what are you having a shitty time about? My SB thought I was an extrovert. Hold your questions because I have a lot and we need to do the exercise. How do I act when there's obvious movement in my face with my ass? Petra, how do you react when there's obvious movement in your face with your SP? Oh, hey, Cyrus. Aloha. Natural. I mean, now people confuse when I say acting natural to like acting like uninterested. That's not the same. That's not the same. What that means is, why would you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you not be natural when there's movement with your SP? Because you should be expecting it, right? And then whatever they're saying to you, that's also movement. It should be like, whatever there's also natural movement, there should also be, what's it called? Like you could be excited, but not desperate, right? You should be excited when there's movement, but you leverage movement. Movement is designed to encourage you, to leverage you, to sit there and be like, yes. All right, I'm going to keep going. This is like amazingly awesome. And I'm going to use movement to accelerate the progress of this, because movement means if I keep going, that I'm going to get more movement, and I'm going to enjoy the movement that I'm getting. I'm going to turn that, instead of questioning the shit, into excitement. Because now it's like, yes, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. Okay. Because why would you not? Why do I need mods? Who the fuck is out of line? Oh, it doesn't matter, Ocean. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you want to manifest a celeb crush, even if he has 1 million girlfriends. Does not matter. And the reason for that is, because, well, I will share. I can't share it now, but I will share with you when we fully manifest, when we manifest a celebrity. A big one, too. Can't share it now. Cannot share it now. What did Mr. Cox say? Now I want to know. Now I want to know. Now I'm all nosy. I'm in contact with my SP. However, he has a baby on the way with a third party. Doesn't matter, Taylor. Doesn't matter at all. Okay. It doesn't matter at all, because I went ahead and Flashy, that's because you're a master at this shit. So do the same. Somebody said something and I lost my train of goddamn thought. Oh, it doesn't matter if you're manifesting somebody who has a baby on the way with gutter trash. That doesn't matter. I have a client that's going through the exact same thing. Was the baby planned? 100% not, actually. But it doesn't matter. There's nothing wrong with you wanting them to be great co-parents, right? Because obviously the children matter. And so you should not want to banish them from the child's life. That's not fair to the child in any sense of that word. Plus, it's also going to take a toll on your SP as well, right? So we have to look at the road less traveled, what's most beneficial to all parties involved. Because if you were like, no, I could, because technically you can do whatever you want. But if you were to look at it like, I'm not going to have, I want them gone from, like, I want them to have nothing to do with that, then that's wrong because the child, or ethically wrong, because the child would be impacted. Plus, eventually it's going to take a toll on your SP not being a father to his child, right? So that also will impact your relationship. Versus if you focus on you and SP and that they have, and you can banish gutter trash, but, don't look at it like if you were to create a wedge between him and gutter trash, that the child's impacted by it. That won't be the case. Okay. So even if they're not together and he goes with you, it still doesn't have to impact the child. It doesn't have to impact the child at all. For her, it's not at all. But he's made it very clear that that's all that relationship will ever be, is a co-parenting relationship. And did she banish gutter trash? Yeah. Is gutter trash gone? No, because that's the mother of a child being born, right? However, she did change the trajectory of that relationship to where it is just going to be a co-parenting relationship, and they're very happy together. He reassures her that all the time. So their relationship is going in a great direction, and it has nothing to do with the child will not be impacted. So that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Okay. You've been with boyfriend, Kelsey, for 4 years and manifested him cheating a few times. Of course, if you knew about LOA, you probably wouldn't have done that. And now when it comes to mine, how do I handle that? I don't want to make it happen again. Correct. Okay, so Kelsey, this is actually quite an easy fix. Okay, an easy fix when it comes to how to handle this is that if the thought comes up, what you want to start doing is breaking patterns. So if, let's say, you guys are talking all the time and then all of a sudden, or you guys are hanging out all the time, and then all of a sudden Friday night comes rolling around and he's like, yeah, I'm going to go out with my guy friends. I'm just going to go out with my friends tonight. If you find, you have to take him at his word. Okay. You have to take him at his word. Start trusting him, believing him. Okay. But if he's out or you notice a behavior change and you think about this happened before, that's the pattern. Okay. So you want to change that. So anytime you think about maybe, him, because usually the only reason why gutter trash is created is because of a behavior change, an attitude change, some kind of change and shift in him that leads you to think there may be somebody else. Then you're proven right. Okay. And so instead, now when this comes up, you want to be like, no, he's 100% loyal and faithful to me. I'm the only one he desires. Like, I'm literally the only one he desires. You could tell yourself anything other than, is he talking to someone else? Oh God, this happened before. Like, is there someone else? That you cannot do. So one, I want you to start taking him at his word for things, because eventually trust has to be rebuilt and restored. And the only way trust is rebuilt and restored is if you start thinking differently, right, about it. And then second of all, anytime if you ever find yourself thinking about, is there someone else? Then you need to flip that and say, no, he's very loyal, faithful, and committed to me. And if you want validation from that, because again, sometimes we have to make, you guys should all be in your inner conversations or in your story of them is adding in your insecurities and that you want them to validate the opposite. Okay. So when it comes to this, what you can do, Kelsey, is tell yourself every day, and you don't have to say this like all day long. You can literally say it for like a minute a day And just tell yourself, every day he shows me he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. Every day he shows me that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. Every day he shows me that. Okay, because when you tell yourself that, now the key is to assign the meaning to everything he does to align with that statement, because it will become more true and more true and more true. Okay, so like let's say you're telling yourself, every day he shows me that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. And then you're going about your day, and all of a sudden you get a text and he's like, hey honey, I just want to let you know I got home from work. That is him showing you that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to you. Then let's say he goes out with his friends and he calls you while he's out just to check in and say hi, just to say hi. That is him showing you that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to you. Everything he does is showing you that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to you. Text you good night. That's him showing me he's loyal. And tell yourself that. Look at him showing me he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. Okay, that will help with your securities. It'll help put your mind at ease when you start to see him do little things showing you that. Because then you'll be like, okay. And eventually the thought will go away. Okay. Oh God. Oh God. I've never understood where men think, a woman could be like, yo, baby, here's what I want from you, honey. And guys are like, yeah, baby. But when guys do it, girls are like, all right, perv. Have you ever noticed that? Which is why those sex hotlines, those call centers are not for women to call for men. The other way around. Oh man. That's hilarious. Okay, hold those questions because we're going to do it now. Started dating someone I work with, but he engaged and that's not the same person. Should I still interact with SP if he's not being emotional intelligent with you? Do you want my answer to that? I would say yes, because you can change it. Okay. Because you can change it. So like, here's the thing is, oh, can you see me now? Okay. Here's the thing when it comes to SPs is, unless it's toxic, like let's say it's like super freaking toxic and it's just like complete arrogance, then maybe I just wouldn't respond to the text. But I would not stop if that is my SP and that's I would not stop talking to my boyfriend. For what? For what? When I can change and assign different meaning to what he's doing and saying. So instead of saying he's not being emotional intelligent, when he sends you a text, I don't care what the text said. It could literally be like, hey, how are you? And you could be like, he's so emotional. Like he loves telling me his emotions. But define what emotional intelligent with you is, okay? Define what that is, and then that is now who he is for you. And assign the meaning to that for everything that he does. Because oftentimes what we view as communication, oftentimes your SP, because remember everybody has their own assumptions, okay? Oftentimes your SP does not view communication the exact same way you do. They don't. So therefore you'll be like, I don't get it. Why aren't you communicating with me? And they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? We talk all the time. Yeah, but it's when you say this, that, and this, and then they're just like blank stare. They have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Because for them, that's their love language. For them, that's how they communicate. For you, it's not up to your par. But they don't know that, okay? And so they're offended when you attack them for them not communicating, when they're like, they don't think they're doing something wrong, okay? They don't think they're doing something wrong because everyone's labels and meanings are different. So if you would assign a different label and a different meaning, and describe and figure out what emotional intelligence is for you, and then add that into your description of your SP, then he will now convert to that. But like communication or anything, this is for all of you. If you guys need to know what that means to you. How would you know if they're communicating up to your standards? If you will, And so it's like, well, I would like him to just be more expressive about his feelings towards me. Okay, then that's instead of he's a great communicator, it's then we need to dissect communication. Okay. Especially if you have certain things you're looking for on the communication spectrum of shit, right? Because then it's like, well, I wish he would just start telling me about how he feels, a little bit more open up to me, or I wish he would take my feelings into consideration. Great. Well, that is all now in his description, because now you're guiding and getting clear on what it is that you're expecting, instead of thinking you're expecting one thing and then bitching about it because it's not up to your standard. Because a lot of people, their communication style is just very, very different. Very different. A lot of people, and your SPs have told you this, right? Is like, I just don't express my feelings very well, or, this, that, and the third. Okay, great. Well, now you do. Now you do. You are constantly expressing your feelings about me all the time. Okay? Things like that. Get clear. Get clear. Because that's basically your job, is to get very, very clear on what the fuck you want. Okay? All right. All right, Kelsey, since you're here, stick around. We're going to do the cord cutting right now. Anna, you've had what? I've had progress with my SP. I got some confirmation. His daughter is thinking the exact things as me. Lit. And did I not tell you guys to start leveraging family? Did I not tell you guys to leverage family too? Look at that. And she said, her SP's daughter is reminiscing on the exact memories and events that she's pushing out. That's right. Bloodsad, did you message me? He cut me off, so how to bring him back to be only with me? Ask must see him differently. You need to see him differently. You need to see him differently. Okay? You need to start describing him as the person who would never cut you off. Why would he ever cut you off? No, never. Like, I'm all he ever fucking thinks about. Like, he literally cannot. He cannot think about anything but me. Like, every day we're apart, it's the worst day of his fucking life. Yeah. Every day we're apart, it's the worst day of his life. He's completely miserable without me. Completely miserable. I'm the best part of his fucking day. He's going to tell me everything that I want to fucking hear. Everything that I want to hear, he tells me. He is constantly validating his feelings towards me and giving me the reassurance all day long. He literally cannot stop thinking about me. All day. All day long. And if you want to prove it to yourself, that's my dream method. Yeah. Which, funny enough, I did a test last night. So I was so tired. I was watching a movie on the couch, and then I was like, as soon as this movie is over, I'm going to bed. And then I got in bed, and usually I turn on the TV for a little bit, and then I used to fall asleep with the TV on, but then I turned it off. Okay. Oh my, he just said hold your questions because we're about to do 2 techniques, and then I'll answer your question. I don't want it to get buried. Okay. And so I decided last night, I was like, I'm so fucking tired. I just laid in bed. I just went straight to sleep. And I slept till 8 o'clock this morning, guys. That's sleeping into me, by the way. And so I just went to sleep, but I did not fall asleep in my affirmation. So then I woke up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And I don't even remember what I was. You guys do understand that I support you 24/7. I should fucking start writing down the people in my dreams. I support you guys 24/7. I'm convinced at this point. I told you guys ever since I told you that I was going to start setting the intentions and manifesting for you guys through affirming. That all my clients are getting back with their SPs. All my clients are getting back with their SPs, right? You guys are in my fucking dreams all the goddamn time. Every night, you guys are in my dreams every night. It's like I'm coaching in my fucking dreams. And it's the strangest thing ever. It's the strangest thing ever. Because ever since I've been doing that, it's just like every night. It's all I know. And so, but I fell asleep last night and of course was coaching you guys in my dreams. Then I went to bed, or then I woke up to go to the bathroom and I'm like, that's right, fell asleep in my affirmation. So then now, not only was I continuing to coach you in my dreams, but my boyfriend was there with me. Through falling asleep in one affirmation, right? It's just one affirmation, falling asleep, and boom, there he is again. Look at that. She got her surprise birthday message from her SP that she affirmed the day before, and boom, there it went. That's right, Jackie. Snaps for Jackie. Snaps for Jackie. And Dade. And Dade, of course. All right. So get comfy, guys. Get comfy, cozy. Don't lay down. Well, you can if you want. It's semi-gloomy here today. Anyway, get comfy, cozy. And I want you guys to close your eyes. We're going to do here, before you close your eyes, let me explain what we're doing to those that are new. We're doing cord cutting. It's the energy cord cutting where you are cutting away the negative energy with your SP and we're bringing new energy. Okay, so new, fresh energy with your SP. So it's like the first time you met your SP, you put on a t-shirt and you haven't taken that shit off since. So now what we're doing with the energy cord cutting is we are now washing the t-shirt. Okay, so it's nice and fresh, nice and clean energy. And here's the thing with energy cord cutting: when you cut the energy between the negative energy, we keep positive, we cut negative energy. When you're cutting negative energy with with your SP will think about you very shortly. I did this with an ex-boyfriend of mine, and I hadn't talked to him in 8 years. He called me within 72 hours because he was just thinking about me. Want to see how I was doing? Of course, because that's what happens is you pop in their mind. However, poor times, I'm not even acknowledging that stupid ass fucking comment anymore. If you say that shit one more goddamn time, who would hate you, bitch? Everyone loves you. Okay, so when they cut the cords, when they cut the energy, it's now fresh energy. Now they think about you, but this time when they think about you, it's different. It's fresh. Okay. So because of that, they will contact you. They will get the thought in their mind. So then we back it up with a second technique, and that is the photo method to get them to contact you. Okay. I had somebody do this, and within 20 minutes, she did this like 2 or 3 days, and within 20 minutes, got contact from her SP. I've had numerous people do this, and within less than a day have gotten contact with their SP. All just because, we're doing it now, yeah. All just because they did the cord cutting itself. Okay, photo method paired with it, we're going to get some contact, bitch. Okay, because that's what this is all about. It's about getting you guys to think and expect different things from your SP than what you've been thinking about before. Okay? Yeah, poor Temps is not fucking new to the party, Patriot Vibes. This is why I will not entertain her ass about hating somebody. We've manifested big shit together and she's worried about someone hating her. I ain't gonna fucking acknowledge that shit. Okay. So that's where I want for you guys, okay, is we need to get you guys in a different state. And I want you to clear out that energy. I did commit that next week I'll walk you through a very brief exercise to delete the old fucking story. Yeah. Let's delete that shit. Like you're literally going to press delete on a remote. Okay. All right. So now you can get comfy and cozy, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and just out through your mouth. Okay. Now I want you to imagine that you are in a giant amphitheater. It's dark outside. There's no one there. And as you sit in the middle of this amphitheater, in front of you, there's a big stage. And on this stage, there's a single stage light that runs from the ceiling of the stage down to the ceiling of the building down to the center of the stage. I want you to focus your attention on that stage light for just a moment. And as you focus your attention on that stage light, you start to realize that you're actually not alone. In fact, off in the distance, out of the light, in the back of the stage, you notice a dark, shadowy figure. And as you start to shift your focus from the stage light to the shadowy figure, you start to realize that that person is your SP. Now I want you to call your SP to the center of the stage. Say their name. Ask them to come into the center of the stage and into the light. Do that now. And as your SP begins to walk into the light, you start to notice their facial features, their physical features. You also notice a gold cord that runs from the center of your third eye directly into their third eye. Now, I want you to say I want you to ask your SP these 2 questions, and I want you to hear them respond. If you can hear their voice, great. If you cannot hear their voice, that's okay too. I want you to ask your SP right now, do you support me? Hear them tell you yes. Now ask your SP, do you love me? Also hear them tell you yes. Now I want you to say these 4 phrases to your SP. This time you're not going to hear them respond, and that's okay. I want you to look at your SP right now in their eyes. I want you to tell your SP, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to reach up with your hands as if it's a pair of scissors. And I want you to cut the gold cord that runs from your third eye only. And as that gold cord begins to fall to the floor, I want you to reach up with your other hand, and I want you to pull the roots of that gold cord out of your third eye and just toss it aside. Now, as that gold cord continues to fall to the floor, your SP starts to float away like a balloon. And they get farther and farther. And they get smaller and smaller and farther and farther and smaller and smaller and farther and smaller until they just disappear. Now take one more deep breath in and out and open your eyes. Alrighty. So now we've cut the energy with your SP. We've cleared that energy. Now, before we get into technique number 2, allow me to reintroduce myself to, that's okay, yeah, because sometimes it's emotional, okay? But you're going to feel so much better. Oftentimes you will wake up, the fuck, CC? You know how to speak a different language? That, you know what, doesn't even surprise me with you. That's why you're awesome. You will wake up oftentimes feeling better. When you're done with this technique, what I recommend is you start with those closest to you in your life, especially those that are negative, okay? Those that tend to have a lot of negative energy. that may be chronic complainers, people like that, cut that shit. Because what you'll notice is your energy will start to increase. Oh, thanks, Cece. Your energy will start to increase and you'll start to actually feel better, okay? You're apologizing, not to them, okay? This is not saying, I'm sorry, oh my God, I'm begging you to take me back. That's not what this is saying. This is all internalized, which is why you're preserving your energy. So you're in essence saying, I'm sorry that I created this problem, right? Or I'm sorry that I've let this stand in between us, right? Get in the way, bother me, affect my life. That's what you're apologizing for. I'm sorry for the impact I've let this have on my life. And now I'm going to change that, right? What up, Crazy Court? Okay. Please forgive me. Please forgiving me for selecting the version of you that I didn't want. Or you can look at it like, please forgive me again for the impact for me carrying on to old story for so damn long. Okay. So that's what this is about. You are not ever doing this for someone else. You do it for you and for the impact you've allowed it to have on your life, right? Because most of the time we spend all this time being bothered by shit that someone else isn't fucking thinking about at all, right? They've moved on from it. They really don't care. Versus here we are spending all this time, being angry at this person, blaming these people and doing all of these things. We spend all that time doing that to us, which who's the one crying at the end of the day? You or them? You're the one losing sleep. You're the one dwelling on it. You're the one going down negative ass memory lane after negative ass memory lane. They are not. They are not. Have they moved on from you? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you're the one allowing this to impact your life. Why they have moved on from it. They're not dwelling on it because they're not holding on to it like you are. They're ready to let it go and move forward. You, on the other hand, can't drop that shit. So that's why you're doing this for you. Okay? You're not doing it for them. Okay? Which is why they think about you on the spot. Now, for those of you that are new here, obviously, I'm your manifestation bestie. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. So if we're not friends and besties yet, then click that follow button or subscribe button wherever you're watching from. Also, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want to work with me one-on-one to figure out where you're going wrong so that you can get it right, then all links are in my bio. I have text coaching, guided meditation, hypnosis audios, all the things. Okay, all the things. I manifested my SP back from no contact to living with me in a matter of 4 weeks, so I'm here to help you do the same. Okay, I'm good at it. I've helped loads and loads of people be good at it too. All right. I don't know, poor time. Shoot that shit back up. You know I love you, bitch. All right. So now we're going to do the photo method, okay? So go ahead and get the photos of said SP out, okay? Because I need you guys to start thinking differently. You need to start thinking differently and expecting something different than you've been expecting from your SPs up until this point. Up until this point, all you have done is, because you're expecting something all the time. Okay. All you've done up until this point is expected them to keep you blocked, not contact you, not think about you, not want to be with you, and to not want to spend time with you. Instead, you need to start expecting the opposite. You need to start, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. You need to start now expecting the opposite. You need to start expecting them to want to talk to you, to think about you all the time, want to do anything to be with you. That's what you need to start expecting from them, because your subconscious mind pushes it out, okay? Your subconscious mind pushes it out all the time, okay? So that's what you have to realize, is your subconscious mind pushes out what you know when you're consciously manifesting, okay? So we need to start expecting something different from them, because like I said, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, okay? Nothing to lose, everything to gain. So that's what we're here to do, all right? So now you have your pictures of your SPs out. So we're going to go down memory lane for just one hot little sec. Okay, we're going to dip into old story. Yeah, a lot of people tell you don't talk about old story because that's in the past. No, I teach you how to leverage old story, because how the hell can you do anything different if you don't leverage old story? Okay, so we need to leverage the old story. So let's go ahead and go back into the old story. And I want you to go all the way back to the beginning of your relationship with your SP, when you very first met your SP. And I want you to remember who you were. Who were you when you met your SP? Because over the course of your relationship with your SP, not only did you select a different version of your SP, and at the end of your relationship with your SP, they were not the same as they were in the beginning of your relationship. But if you're being 100% honest with yourself, you as well were not the same at the end of your relationship that you were in the beginning of your relationship either. So that's where we need to change things. We need to go back and select the version of you that you were in the beginning of your relationship. The one who had confidence, who was secure, who didn't need, the version of you whose identities were not wrapped up in someone else, in a relationship. A relationship didn't define who you were. You knew who you were. You had a level of assurity about you. You knew who you were. Therefore, your SP was attracted to you. You were magnetic to them. They pursued you. They chased you. Who were you in the beginning of your relationship that caused your SP to pursue you, chase you, want to be with you, want to talk to you all the time, would do anything trying to get your attention all day, every day, who pursued you, who wanted to talk to you all the time, who was constantly trying to spend time with you, who would do anything to make you happy, who was just worshiping the ground that you walked on. Who were you at the time of that relationship? I want you right now to remember who you were and go back to that version of yourself, like as if you're putting on a new bodysuit. This time, the bodysuit is who you were in the beginning of your relationship, that empowered bitch or man that they wanted, the version of you that they fell in love with. That is now who you are again. Now I want you to go back to a time in your relationship where everything was absolutely perfect. Perfect. I want you to remember who your SP was for you at that moment in time too. Who were they as a person for you? How did they treat you? How did they make you feel? All of those. Go back to that version of your SP. Remember who they were for you then. The person that that just lit up a room. Every time you would think about him, you got excited. Okay, a person that that you wanted to talk to all the time, that you never questioned. Okay, you never questioned at that time in your relationship if you were going to hear from your SP. You just knew you would. Okay, you weren't wondering if they were going to come and spend time with you. You knew they would. You always took them at their word. You didn't question anything about them. The version of your SP that you fell in love with. That is now the version of your SP for you. So you are the version of you right now that your SP fell in love with. And your SP now is the version of him or them that you fell in love with. No other version of you or your SP exists. Only those two versions from this point forward. There is no going back. We only move forward in these two versions. And you're going to hold on to this version of yourself and this version of your SP from now on and moving forward. Nothing else matters. Nothing else exists. Because when you hold on to this version of yourself and your SP, things change. Shift happens. Where all of a sudden they're blowing your shit up because they can't stop thinking about you just like before. And you are sitting there checking your phone 55,000 times a day, wondering when they're going to message you. You already know they will. I want you right now, to tell yourself, say it with some conviction, that they are absolutely, that you know, I know, say right now, I know that they are absolutely contacting me today. That I know. I have no doubts about how they feel about me, and I know they're contacting me today. It's that knowing, that assurity, that certainty that you have within yourself. That is what's going to unlock that. Because the reality is, your SP has written a message to you every single day. Every day. Your SP has written a message to you. All they've done up until this point is write, delete, write, delete, write, delete. They have been wanting to message you for the longest time. Every time you think about your SP, they are thinking about you too. That's why you're thinking about them. Thought transmission. Every time you're going about your day and they pop into your mind, that is because they are thinking about you. Every day they have gone down nothing but memory lane. Looking at your photos, they have a dummy account right now on social media so they can check out everything that you post. So they can look at all your photos. They can't stop looking at your photos. They have their gallery right now where they are looking at all of your photos, remembering the good times, remembering who you were and everything about you that they miss. They cannot wait to talk to you. They cannot wait to talk to you right now. They have been dying to talk to you. They have written now the perfect message to get back into contact with you. They're waiting for you to give them that permission, for you to give them permission to press that send button. And the second you press that send button, the second you give them permission, they will get the thought and they will send you that message. The message that tells you everything that you've wanted to hear. They're ready to confirm everything that you've wanted them to confirm. And now you're going to give them permission to do that. So, if you are new here, you're going to put on your crown. Okay? If you are not new here, you're going to straighten your crown, because here we get what we want and we get it when we want it. We don't take our crown off. We adjust it and we move forward. And that is it. We don't settle around here. We are the queen and the king of our reality. No one is above you in your own damn house. Everyone can only do what you assume they can do. And right now, you are assuming that they are going to contact you today. And they are going to contact you today. It is my intention many of you will get contact right away. Okay, they will reach out to you. They've been wanting nothing but more than to reach out to you right now. When kings and queens give commands, do they have to sit there and question, wonder, check, worry if their command is going to be fulfilled? No. When queens and kings give commands, there's nothing to check. There's nothing to question. There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to doubt. They just know and they expect that what I say goes. I don't need to check. I know that you're going to do what I asked you to do, because I'm the queen, I'm the king, and you must conform to whatever I want. And that is what they're here to do for you. Okay? Okay. If you are in no contact with your SP, or you're in contact, but it is not consistent contact, then you're going to tell them to contact you. Now, if you're alone, say this out loud with a little bit of backbone. If you're not alone, say it in your mind, don't look like a wacko. Okay? And you're going to tell them that you can either say they're contacting you, calling you, texting you, doesn't matter. However they would reach out to you naturally is exactly how they're going to do that. Okay? So you're going to look at your SP's photo right now and you're going to say, you're calling me right now. You are 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 calling me right now. Okay. Now, if you're in constant communication, you have options. You can say, you're contacting me right now, or you can say, you're coming to see me today. 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 Now, if you're in any of the ships, friendship, situationship, relationship, okay, then you have options. You can say, you're contacting me right now. You're coming to see me today. You can, but for the sake of this, I want you to focus on contact. Okay. For the sake of this exercise 7301, focus on contact. Okay. And I'll tell you how to leverage it outside of that. Okay. And then, so if you're in any of the ships, you're going to say, you can sit there and say they're contacting you right now. They're coming to see you today. Or you can say, you can have fun with it. You can say you're bringing me dinner tonight. You're ordering me dinner tonight. You're bringing me flowers today. You're buying me, you're going to give me a foot massage tonight. You're giving me sexy time tonight. Whatever you want from them is exactly what you can do. Okay. Now, I run to the ladies' room during this exercise because how the hell else am I supposed to go to the ladies' room? So I'm going to go do that. So I do pause this live during the exercise and then I will be right back, and don't even trip potato chip. Okay. So right now you're going to start expecting something different right now from your SPs. And so you're going to know, you're going to do this and you're going to just know. We're practicing the knowing. You're going to just know and decide right now, and just know that they're contacting you, and they will. So give your commands and expect them to contact you. And we are back. Okay. So now, relax, breathe. Don't try. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. Just know and expect them to contact you. Why wouldn't they? Have you seen yourself? Have you seen yourself? Seriously. Y'all are hot as shit. Why wouldn't they? You are a once-in-a-lifetime partner. You are not an option. You are a once-in-a-lifetime partner. And they know this. They know this. Because you just know he will, Nina. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? He'd be a fool not to. I said, you're going to write me a paragraph today. And when I'm done, I said, I'm waking up to his paragraph. That's right. That's right. He's going to text you right now. And know that when you do, and know that when they're in your dreams, you're in theirs. You are 100% in their dreams. Okay? How do you act around SP if we're coworkers? Like, I can't just call him babe. I know. You can't necessarily. That's right. You are the only option, Mandy. You are the only option. So you act natural, right? You act natural. Doesn't mean you can't shoot that man a text and be like, hey, baby, you're looking good today. Or there's actually another person that has an SP that's there's several of them that have SPs that are coworkers, and they can't say certain things to their coworkers, right? Because they're coworkers. And so I'll send that to you right after this, kitty cat. But they have like code phrases, if you will, where it's like inside jokes where only you two get it. Yeah, it'd be that type of thing. But keep it natural. Keep it professional. Do what's natural to you. Okay? What do you want to know, Nadine? Or no, excuse me, Poor Thames. Can you tell us more about your brother thing and DUI, etc.? Oh, yeah. Like, this was during COVID when it was 6 feet social distancing. Do you guys remember that shit? Where you had to like sit, like outdoor dining was a thing now. And so parking lots didn't exist. So we had to sit outdoors, and we were at the El Torito, and I was going to meet a friend, but then the friend ended up having to cancel, but I was already fucking there. So I was like, well, my brother worked at the time. He worked around the corner from there. So I was like, come have a drink with me. Let's have some appies. And so I'm pretty convinced because I can drink. Okay. But we only had like a shot of tequila. I think it was maybe 2. Okay. And, I was like blackout. I never carry cash with me. I never have cash with me ever. Like, I'm the wrong person to rob because you ain't getting shit. Like, there's no cash. Except this day I had $300 on me. Well, the $300 first of all went missing from my wallet, from my purse, excuse me. And I didn't even remember getting home. I didn't even remember getting in the car. My brother had to drive my car. Of course, he drove my car, right? He left his whole ass car in the parking lot, and he drove my car home. And all I can remember is waking up in the backseat of my own car and him yelling at me saying, how do you not remember where you live? How do you not remember where you live? And I was like, how do you not remember where I live? You've been to my place like a shit ton of times. Like, neither one of us can remember where I lived. We're in a whole nother complex. We were in like a whole nother like street. Like, it was nowhere, it was near where I lived, but like not near. And so my brother, because my brother was also heavily intoxicated, because we're pretty convinced somebody put something in our drink, because there's no way we've drinking and never had this happen. And my brother ended up hitting in the middle of the night. Thank God, he ended up hitting 5 cars in this street. I was like, I'd be so irate. Could you imagine going outside in the morning to go get in your car to find out it's all smashed up? But anyway, that's what he did. And he pulls out of the complex and starts driving down the street. And then it's whoop, whoop, cops behind us. I was like, oh shit. And of course, my car is all fucked up. And I got sick in my backseat. It was awful. It was a hot mess. Not my finest moment for sure. And all of a sudden, they give my brother the breathalyzer. And I'm over here an emotional wreck. And I'm over here like, he's a good kid. He's a good kid. Like, let him go. They were like, no. So they took him into custody. And then they released him. You know, they put you in the drunk tank. Then they book you and release you. And so that's what happened. And so they gave him a date to go to court. And I was like, no. Like after we sobered, I was like, no. And he's like, oh my God. Because he was pissed at me. And I was like, pissed at me? You're the one that took my car, asshole. But I was like, no. I said, this is a mistake. I was like, this is a mistake. You're not, no. I was like, you're not getting a DUI. And he's like, I can't believe it. I'm going to get a DUI. I said, you're not getting a DUI. I said, what DUI? No, you're not. And I just I'm one of those people that you can't convince me otherwise if it's something I don't want to hear. And so sure enough, we go to court. He's not on the calendar. And they're weird. Oh, DUI is a driving under the influence. And so they're so ridiculous. They're like, oh, I got your message. Okay. So they're like, they're like, oh, if there's no case on record or charges haven't filed, just go around the corner here to the DA's office. And I was like, who the fuck does that? Who does that? Like, hey, please file charges. No, I was like, no, we're leaving. So we left. And my brother, he's like, are you going to check for me? I said, yeah, sure. But don't worry about it. It's not going to happen. And we looked it up. They had a year to file charges. They never filed the charge ever. And my boyfriend at the time was like, that's impossible. He's like, this is impossible. They're going to file charges. I said, no, they're fucking not. And nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. And so my boyfriend at the time was like, I don't even know how the fuck that's possible. It's called manifestation, bitch. It's called manifestation. 7-3. It's you poor times. These things you don't like. Look, so many of you guys think you have to affirm. Everything has to be affirming. It's not that way. Nothing has to be affirming. I didn't sit there. Yeah, because this is like years ago. I didn't sit there and affirm. I just told a different story. Anytime the thought came up, anytime someone brought it up, I was like, no, it's all going to work itself out. It's going to go away. I didn't affirm it at all. Most of the things in your life, that's how you have to look at it. Everything in your life, you didn't affirm actively. You just told a different story. Yeah, I saw it, Abby. You just told a different story. So that's all this is about, right? It's not affirming. It's just like anytime you think about that subject or that topic or that person, then you're just like, oh no. Like, no, I know exactly how he feels about me. Right? So you're not like affirming your life away. It's just flipping that into what it is that you want. Right. Exactly. You just have to know it's enough. It's like you just tell yourself something different. Right? When I was going through my big court case, this is decades ago, I wasn't affirming that it would go away. I just didn't believe what they were telling me. I was like, no. Well, you need to accept, Jen. I don't need to accept shit. I was like, no, I'm not going to accept it. So see what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't affirm. Thanks, guys. I got us at 100K. I didn't affirm any of that shit. I just told a different story every time the thought came up. Yes, you did. You just missed it. User 939. Okay, so when you do that, it's different. It's different because you're not obsessing over something. You're not doing all of that. You're just telling a different story anytime the thought of that comes up. It's like, no, Anytime you find yourself questioning if they're thinking about how they feel about you, it's like, no, I know how they feel about me. I already know I absolutely know how he feels about me. Right? Say, I would throw words of conviction in there. Because it's what you believe is what pushes out without trying. It's just believe the opposite. Believe the opposite. I don't care what fucking evidence they're showing you. I don't care if you go to the doctor and they want to show you all the x-rays in the goddamn world to prove their point. You're just like, I'm sorry. No. Right? They've told me since my daughter was what, when they do that stupid little vision test and kids don't actually know why they're doing it, right? So they don't necessarily take it serious. And they told my daughter every time, this is why I never, ever, ever, even to this day, I don't have her in the doctor's office. They can do their thing. I bring her in, they bring her back, they do the checkup, the whole bit. And then I go, okay, honey, go ahead, wait in the waiting room. Let the grown-ups talk. It's not their place to be there anyway, because all they're going to do is fill their head with bullshit. So I've never had her sit there. And every year they've told me she needs glasses. I said, no, she doesn't. Why? Because she can't read the fucking fine print at the bottom? Bitch, you stand back here and you go ahead and you read that fine print. You can't read that shit either. I don't even understand why they have to put like little labels on medicine bottles. You can't read that shit. That shit is so damn small, right? You got to get a magnifying glass out just to see what the fuck is on the back of that label. Because you're like, I don't even know. Because the bottle's this big and yet has a shit ton of writing. You don't even know how many you're supposed to take because you can't even read that shit. So because of that, I never got her glasses. Do you think she can't see? No. She wears glasses now. As a fashion fucking statement. They're not prescription. How dumb are we? We buy glasses just because they look dope. But she has no problem saying. No problem. Because I wasn't going to sit there and put glasses on, because the problem is you were told you need glasses, so you wear glasses. Now your eyes adjust to the glasses, which is why they seemingly get worse over time. Because you keep telling yourself that you can't see, you have bad vision, right? I need glasses. Yeah, my eyes are terrible. You say things like that. That is true. There's a whole book written on it. I think it's called 20/20 Vision or some shit like that, where it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. You can literally tell yourself, I have 20/20 vision. I literally have 20/20 vision. My eyes are perfect. And if you'll do that, test it for yourself. If you would do that, if you're the person that needs glasses to see, you'll start to notice that over time, as you step into that assumption, your glasses start to now become blurry. Yeah, because you're correcting your own vision. It's all what you tell yourself. There's a whole book on it where you can literally go from wearing glasses to not needing glasses at all and having perfect vision, all based on that book. But it's all the same thing. You're going to read an entire book for that you just learned the exact thing I just told you. Tell yourself something different. Do I believe in any religion? 7301. No. I don't believe in religion. Okay? Do I believe that there's something outside of us, something that's higher than us? Well, yes. Because what the fuck explains all of it, right? So obviously it's a little naive to be like, no, there's no greater source than us. Because it's like, then why do we all talk and look different and people, you have to bite your tongue now when you have children. Because I know what I know. And I have my own theories, right? So when your children come home and they want to tell you what they're learning in school about the evolution of mankind, the whole how we came from monkey shit. I'm just like, oh, really? I just have to listen to her. I'm like, really? In my mind, I'm like, it's such bullshit. But can't tell her that because then she's going to hit me with the facts of her fucking history book. And I'm just like, and who wrote the history book? Oh, that's right, a person. So do I believe in religion? No. I believe religion keeps you stuck in giving credit to outside sources, plus not realizing that you can't do something about it. Right? Now, am I saying that you're wrong if you have a religion? No. I mean, I think that there's always something good to believe in. But if you're going to believe in a higher power and you're going to believe in God or whoever, then that same belief needs to take place in your own life, right? Because it's like, let's take prayer as an example. Why do you pray? Why do you pray? Do you pray because it's a fad and it just sounds like a good thing to fucking do? No, you don't. But why do you pray? You pray because you what? Oh, that's right. Because you believe that your prayers will be answered. This is why they have sayings like, it happens on God's timing. That's where that saying comes from. Because when is God deciding when your timing is right? He's not fucking Santa Claus, okay? God is not Santa Claus and is like, you know what? You've only been a good Christian for 40% of the day. Other 60%, not really. So we're going to delay what you're praying for. Don't trip. When you get your shit together, though, that's when I'm going to give it to you. But then you, on the other hand, oh yeah, you get your shit immediately. Come on. That's not how that works, okay? That's not how that works. But you pray because you believe that your prayer will be answered. So if you believe that your prayer will be answered, that same belief, okay, because what are you believing in? Let's be honest. There's no proof of a higher power at all. There's no proof of a higher power in anything. This is why people believe in whatever they want. There's nothing wrong with that. But has any of you ever seen God? I didn't think so. Have any of you guys seen Satan? I don't think so. Right? None of you guys have seen the higher power. But yet you still continue. But yet it's easy for you to believe in what you haven't seen. Okay? So you believe, because there's all kinds of things we believe in that we haven't seen. Okay? You believe in gravity. You've never seen the shit. You believe the earth is rotating. You've never felt it rotate. Okay? You believe in air, yet you can't see air. You believe in the power of prayer, but yet you can't see that. You believe in a higher power, yet you can't see them. So that type of stuff is easy for you to believe in. No proof. Never seen it before. But then when it comes to believing in your SP texting you, your SP talking to you, that, you see, no, that I can't believe in. You understand how stupid that sounds? Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Because you've actually seen him text you. You actually have proof when it comes to your SP. But we fight that belief all the time. But yet you have no proof when it comes to the other things that you choose to naturally believe. You know damn well that makes no sense, right? But that's my whole point, is to bring logic into this. On top of that, if you believe in a higher power, like this is where I always tell people this, if you believe in a higher power, then you should also believe that everyone is here for a purpose. You should believe that you have a purpose here, that God did not, whatever higher power you believe in, they're all positive higher powers. Then you should also believe that you're here for a purpose, that your higher power put you here on earth. I don't think he put you here to suffer, to just be in misery, lonely, and just live a god-awful life. What kind of higher power puts people here to do that? They don't. Your higher power puts you here so that you could have whatever you want, so that you can have a thriving life, that you can be happy, fulfilled, and do whatever you want. That's why they gave you free will. That's why they gave you the ability to decide. So what are you choosing to decide? You're choosing to decide to be miserable, lonely, and be a negative-ass person and sabotage your own self when you know damn well that that's not why your higher power put you here? So if you believe in a higher power, you're not letting just yourself down. You're also letting your higher purpose down, your higher power down, because he put you here for something great, to be happy, successful, thrive, not cry every fucking day and be miserable. It's not why you're here. So remember that. So there's that. I just want you guys to know. Angela, how do I erase SP's ex-gutter trash and his mom still calling her daughter-in-law? Well, one, you need to change the assumption of the mother-in-law, Angela, okay, or the mother, okay? Because remember, this is where you leverage everyone as you pushed out. So what do you want to assume about the mother when it comes to gutter trash? She fucking hates her. Yeah, she doesn't like her. Actually, she doesn't like her at all. In fact, she never even mentions her anymore. Okay? Tell yourself that when it comes to the mom. So therefore, she will start to not mention her, and she will start to not call her daughter-in-law, and she will start to just, fade into the fucking sunset. Okay? And be a part of old story. Now, how do you erase SP? How do you erase SP's ex-gutter trash? You have to continue to tell yourself the opposite. So, until she no longer comes up anymore, until she's no longer a thought in your mind anymore, you would have to sit there and tell yourself the opposite. So you would just say, no, she's gone away. 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 Okay. So anytime you think about ex-gutter trash, she's gone away. Okay. Anytime you think of mother, yeah, she doesn't like her. Actually, she doesn't like her, and she doesn't even talk about her anymore. She doesn't talk about her anymore. Okay, Maya, what does it mean when you manifest him and he texted, then deleted the text? Well, Maya, what do you want it to mean? What do you want it to mean? Because I do that sometimes. But here's the thing is there's no right, it means whatever you want it to mean. Okay. So instead I wouldn't overanalyze or dissect it. Instead I'd just be like, oh, look at it like he texted you, not deleted it. Knock the second part out. Okay. Or he was just trying to get your attention. People do that all the time where they'll text and then delete the text because it still shows up as a notification that you got a text. There's just nothing there. Okay. So, I mean, I've done that before, and I've deleted texts before, but they weren't bad texts. I was just like, oh, I don't need to say that right now. Right. Or, oh, they're probably busy or sleeping, so I don't want to disturb them. So I just deleted it. But it wasn't a bad text ever. Actually, unless I was talking to sometimes my mother, or my brother. No, actually, I don't delete those. I want him to see them. But most of the times, if I've ever deleted a text, it's typically not a bad text. It's not actually. I don't think it's ever been a bad text. How strange! I don't delete bad texts. I know it's weird. But it's never been one. It's just that, oh, I don't want to bother him with this right now. It's always just been that analogy. And so that's how I would look at it. I wouldn't overanalyze it. And I really wouldn't think beyond that, if you will. Okay. All right. I will find the book of the title and send it to you. But it has something to do with that because one of my friends did the book and he had glasses. He didn't have glasses where he couldn't see shit, but he wore glasses. He doesn't wear them anymore. A lot of people have glasses. My nephew has glasses. I don't think he needs them personally. I mean, I don't think anybody needs glasses personally. My boyfriend wears them too. But that's why, because they're like, oh no, I have awful eyes. I have awful eyes. And that's going to be true. And that's how they get you. Because they want you to think you have awful eyes. And then when you're older and you want to fix your eyes, then they're like, we can do that for one low, low price. of $8,000. You're, you're like, wait a minute. So I have to go get my vision test every freaking year or however long. I don't even know. I have glasses too. I don't wear them. And then I have to pay for glasses, which, let's be honest, most people don't wear the Walmart brand glasses, right? It's like, your glasses be the most expensive thing you wear every day. You're like, these bitches were $800, but they're Prada. I had to do that. Then if I want to freaking not see, then if I want to see without glasses, now you're going to charge people more money? Money grubbers. Yeah, and your bow. Can you manifest SP's mother changing her opinion about you? Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. Because as long as you think that you can't. Sanchi, fuck you, Sanchi. She said, clearly you don't wear your glasses because you can't see my text or calls. Oh, I love her. But anyway, back to what I was saying to you. Yeah, because remember, your SP's mother only has an opinion about you that you think she has of you. So let's say you went and met her, right? And the first time you met her, she seemed a little standoffish, which oftentimes the only reason why that is because they're going off of your SP's history with women. Okay, so usually they're always like, who's this one now? Right? Because they're going off of his history. It's usually why they're like that the first time. And, or they were just having a bad day or pissed off at their son. And then, and you took it the wrong way. Right? Or let's say they were just rude to you. And you were like, I don't think she likes me. Well, now she can't. Because you've never said something different. Okay. Versus if you were to be like, his mom absolutely loves me. In fact, his entire family fucking loves me. They're my number one fan. Like, they think I'm the best thing. They think I'm the best girlfriend he's ever had. They literally think I'm the best girlfriend he's ever had. They're nothing but nice to me. Like, they love me. That will be true for you. That will be true for you. You know, that's how I am. Is I don't have to do this. I never have to do this with with any person's family. Because I already had the assumption that all families love me. I know, because I know who I am. I know who I am as a woman. And I know they certainly wouldn't complain, because what are you complaining about? How amazing I am and how amazing I treat you. Like, so I already know that families love me. So because of that, it's proven over and over and over again that every single one of my boyfriend's families have all loved me. Their entire family. I've never had one person that didn't like me in the family. And that's because I've always had that assumption. So if you have the assumption of that too, then it doesn't matter. They'll all love you. Every one of them. Every one of them. Okay. Yeah, see, that's the one thing you got to stop doing is saying, you know, she hates me. So, because that's unfortunately the problem, you know, is if you are identifying as she hates you, then it's like, then she literally can't not do that. This is why it doesn't matter what you do to the mom. You can bring her flowers every time you see her. You could freaking cook her favorite meals. You can just love bomb the shit out the mom. And at the end of the day, you're going to be like, it doesn't matter. This is why people say this. It doesn't matter what I do. She still doesn't like me. That's because it doesn't matter what you do. If you believe she doesn't like you, it doesn't matter what you do. Haha, when I met my SP, I lied about my family. They're ratchet. I know the feeling. They're ratchet. I'm scared. He is going to find out we are getting married. Well, haha, you wouldn't have to. Well, understand. Don't. First of all, don't put that out there. Don't put that out there because one, let's assume he finds out. Okay, let's assume he finds out. But if you're giving that a negative meaning, like then that's going to play out for you because it's like, look at it this way, like I can think that my family's amazing. I can think every one of my family members is amazing. And then I could bring my boyfriend around my family and he'll have a whole different experience with them. Be like, what are you talking about? Your fucking family, they're a bunch of assholes. But that's not necessarily my experience with my family. See what I'm saying? So things are different. But what I would do is start changing the assumption of your family. So instead of referring to them as being ratchet, because who the fuck is going to meet somebody? Let's just be frank. Who's going to meet somebody and be like, I just want to let you know that my family, nightmares. Every one of them, nightmares. You're probably not going to do that, right? You're probably going to be like, yeah, they're an acquired taste. They're good. They're so good. Okay. I mean, usually it's how it works, but you can change your assumption of your family or his assumption of your family too. Okay. Yeah, Haley, I'm going to listen to your update from today, but I don't need to. I'll listen to it. Don't even trip. However, I just talked to you yesterday because it's not like a week's gone by. Okay. So I just talked to you yesterday and then the day before that and the day before that. But the thing is, you're still in the same state of mind that you were in a couple days ago. I need to figure out what's going wrong. Something is going wrong. Something is going wrong. Something is going wrong. You're not giving the 3D a chance to catch the fuck up because you're already in something's going wrong. Okay, so you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to get yourself out of something's going wrong, something's wrong state to I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing. Everything's great state. Okay? That's exactly what it is, Angel. Praying is exactly manifesting. That's all it is. It's because that's all it is. That's why you believe. If that helps you guys, if you guys believe in the power of prayer, then fucking pray about you and your SPs. Have all the forces because remember, it always boils down to your assumption. It always boils down to your assumption. Okay, so if you assume that your higher power will answer your prayers, then pray about it. If you assume that, if you believe in the power of prayer, then pray about it. There's nothing wrong with all of that because it's your assumption that's manifesting. That's manifesting. Okay? Every day I had to go to, every month I had to go to court. It was across state lines. Shh. I wasn't supposed to be living in California. I'd have to get my ass up at 3:00 in the morning and drive to Vegas. And I would literally be like be driving. It's probably not the safest tactic in the world, but I would be driving and like putting on my nails before I go to work, like while driving. But every day before I'd walk into that courthouse, I would always call her and she would pray with me on the phone. She would pray for me on the phone. And that's why this is why miracles happen. This is why things happen. And they always say it's the power of prayer. If you believe in that, then leverage it. Leverage what you believe. Already, see, when we do certain things, we have to work to step into the assumption. That's why we robotically affirm. We repeat things because we have to do things to step into the assumption of something new. But what you know also manifests, okay? So what you know manifests quickly. So and what you assume to be true. So it's like instead of creating all these new assumptions, why can't you leverage the assumptions you already have to bend them to work in your favor? To bend them to work in your favor. because you already have pre-assumed assumptions of things. So you leverage those, and you leverage it to work in your favor instead of just being like, let me go ahead and just look at every fucking thing that I got going on. Sheila, I gotta bounce in a minute, guys. Sheila, how to resist your intuition when you feel your SP is fooling around? Do you want my honest answer? Because if you want my honest answer, this is why they say the gut is right. Okay? They say like the gut feeling, they call it gut feeling, intuition, all of those things. It's your assumption. So if you want my honest opinion, you're probably right. You're probably right. Okay? Now, you can choose to do what you want with that, but it's this intuition that you feel your SP is fooling around. That would be why. If it's happening, I'm not saying it is, but if it is, that's why. That's why. Because you're questioning what he's doing, who he's talking to, what he's doing. And so because of that, you're right. You're always right. Okay? You can call it intuition, call it whatever you want. You're always right because that's what you're thinking about. So instead, you should be looking for reassurance that he's not. Okay, by doing exactly what I told somebody else to do in the beginning. Is I told somebody else to do in the beginning that to tell yourself, like, he shows me every single day that he shows me every single day that he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. Every day he shows me he's loyal, faithful, and committed to me. So therefore that goes with him reassuring you that he is committed to you. Now you have to assign the meaning to that, to everything. Okay? Because you're the one that's creating this through you thinking that way. But you also have the ability, and don't beat yourself up over it, but you also have the ability to think opposite as well. Opposite as well. Lisa with the butterfly, I feel like oh geez, Danielle, we definitely don't want to make our men mama boys and prioritize their mom. I'm glad I have you too, Danielle. Okay, Lisa, I'll play devil's advocate on this one. Okay. I probably think for a second, I think that that's actually a good thing. I think it's a good thing only given the trajectory of these conversations in the past week. And I'm not saying a good thing as in we're going to keep it that way. I just think it's a good thing because maybe now you can start working on the version of your SP that you want them to be for you without outside distraction. Okay? Without outside distraction, because they'll come around. They'll come around. Like he'll 1000% turn around. But also realize that you had a thought saying we should just be friends and it pushed out. Not doing that anymore, bitch. Not doing that anymore, girl. Do you understand? Only reason we're separated is she told him he can't live there if he stays with me. And he has cancer. Oh. Yeah, yeah, Anne. Okay, so your top priority is that family thinks you're perfect for him. His family thinks you are absolutely perfect for him. In fact, they cannot stop talking about how perfect of a relationship you have and that you should be together. Yeah, you're the best person to help them through this. My God, this sounds awful. Mm-mm-mm. Family. You know, yep, Crazy Court, please, because I actually have a reminder on my phone. I actually have an alarm for my phone, bitch, so I can send it to you because I don't know why the hell I didn't send it to you. Uh, but let me. Parent family's wild to me. I'm sorry, but family's wild to me because I always just look at it like mind your own fucking business. Just kind of how I look at it, right? It's like they're like, well, my parents don't support my relationship. They don't think I should be with my SP. So fucking what? Right? I was like, my parents didn't either. And I'm always just like, oh, would you like me to comment about your marriage? Because let's not act like your shit ain't stinking a couple times. Okay. Would you like me to tell you about how you shouldn't stay with my father? Because you guys have a toxic ass relationship and all you do is fucking argue. Would you like me to give you my feedback on your marriage or your relationship? Oh no, but you think as a grown ass adult that you should still, I mean, I understand that you might have input when I'm 14 about my boyfriend. But when I'm a grown ass adult, how about you grown ass mind your own business? My mom used to tell me, she's like, stop, darling. I can't stand when you always say, Mom, I'm a grown ass adult. I said, well, then stop treating me like a child. I wouldn't have to point that out, would I? Would I? But I think I'm perfectly capable of deciding who's good for me and who's not. Thank you so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, family is wild though. It's just like, damn, you're not dating them. You're not you're I hope you don't like them actually. You're not dating them and you're not attracted to them. You're not looking for your perfect dude. Okay, that's me. So mind your own fucking business. But at the same time, the only reason why they're like that is because they look at your proven track record. And you're like, don't judge me. How dare you judge my lack of the ability to choose the right person for me from the past? Okay? I've learned. Maybe it's taken me about 40 boyfriends over my life, but it's fine. It's fine now. I've learned. I've learned. But don't play with me because I'll change you too, bitch. Yeah. I am curious. Kirsten, I am curious. If I am in the I am and the no, there are times that I will have negative thoughts. Can I just come back with changing it, or does this contradict what I am doing? No, you should change it, okay? You should change it because even if you're doing I am, right? Even if you're like doing I am statements, and I just went on this whole rant about I am statements yesterday. Okay, even though you're changing your identities, because that's what the fuck I am means. It's an identity. Okay, so even though you're changing your identities, it doesn't mean that you will not have a negative thought that goes against that identity every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? So you could be like, you could literally be telling yourself that you're sexy and hot as fuck, right? And you could literally be hot as fuck. But it doesn't mean that sometimes when you walk in the mirror, you're not going to be like, damn, I gotta fix that. You know what I'm saying? So then you just flip it. You're like, oh no, I'm fucking hot as shit. Okay. So it's things like that. It's not like you're going to just be this master ass bitch because you're living it like you have a solid identity, because your identities are constantly changing. However, if you find out that you're constantly having negative thoughts that go against that identity, then you also want to make sure that you don't have contradicting identities. Oh yeah. The ones that teach the I ams aren't telling you that, are they? You could have two identities that contradict each other. Okay. So we need to make sure that there's no so if you really believe that you have stepped into this identity and that's really what you believe, but you're not seeing change in your 3D, that's because it's quite on. You might you may have contradicting identities. And so because of that, it's like, like it's kind of like where I would tell like my entrepreneur clients that, right? I used the sales example the other day where I said, it's like saying, I sign new clients up every day. Like I am so successful. I sign new clients up every day. I am successful as an identity. But yet at the same time, you believe, but at the same time, you're telling yourself, I am terrible at sales. I hate sales. I'm not good at sales. I am not is also an identity. Okay. So it's not just I ams. That's where people fuck it up. Where people, it's the same thing with affirmations, right? It's they're like positive affirmations. I'm like, I'm going to make some memes that tell you all the negative affirmations. How about that? Because why don't we start acknowledging that there's the law of opposites? Okay. Is you're feeding people half of the equation. And I get it. That's what I've been told to do in business. I just refuse to do that. Okay. Business coaches tell you all the time that your job is to point out. So for me, if I was to take everything I've been told in business, my job here on the lives is to point out your problem, but not help you solve it. What a mind fuck, right? It's to tell you it's to get you to realize what the problem is and how you have and that you have the problem, but not teach you how to solve that because therefore you must work with me to solve that. And I said, why? If I can get you results though, and I can help you find out what the problem is, tell you how to solve it, people still sign up to work with me. What the fuck does that have anything to do with each other? Right? But that's called baiting and switching in my book. And so a lot of people, that's what they teach you. They teach you how to have the positive I am. They talk about the I am statements. But do they tell you that there's also I am not statements? Those are negative identities. We don't just have positive identities. I am broke. Last time I checked, is not a positive identity. That's a negative identity, right? Plus, I am not statements. I am not successful. I am not happy. That's a negative identity, right? It's like things like that there's negative identities, but if you're only focused on positive and totally ignoring the fact that you have negative identities, that's why you have counteracted. That's why you have contradicting identities, because you're building up positive identities, but failing to address the negative identities and shifting those. Oh, but they don't tell you that, do they? Kind of like positive affirmations is like, every thought's an affirmation, which is also the negative shit. So there's negative affirmations too, because you're saying them all day long. Oh, but they don't tell you that, do they? No. Why would they? Why would they? And the only reason is this. It isn't that they, my opinion is it's not that. I don't believe a lot of them don't want to tell you that. I just think a lot of them don't know that because their study is not in the subconscious mind. Okay. And so because of that, they just started applying manifestation to their own life and then now teach I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't want to speak on them, but I believe that they just don't know. That they don't know that there's the negative side too. It's kind of like saying you only have positive emotions, but you want to address the negative shit, huh? Identities are the movers, shakers, and motivators of everything that you do. So don't you think the negative identities you might want to address if they're the movers and shakers of everything that you fucking do? I'm just saying. Just saying. Can you help me, Mimi? Can you help me how to earn money tomorrow? Well, yes. Yeah, I would have to know a little bit more. Girl, that's a little bit like of a blanketed statement. I'd have to know more about what you're talking about. But here's also a problem with earning money is by you saying, I have to earn money. To have money, I have to earn money. That's a problem. Who wants to fucking earn money? You can make money. But earning implies you have to work hard for it. Have you seen proof that self-concept works when manifesting? Evelina, there's a level of, yes, well, I wouldn't say self-concept alone, no. Uh, self-concept alone in manifesting, anyone telling you all you need is a high self-concept is full of shit and doesn't know what they're fucking talking about. Okay. So have I seen proof that self-concept alone works when manifesting? No. Now, is there a level of, now I'm not saying perfect self-concept, but is there a level of self-concept involved in manifesting no matter what you're manifesting? Yes. Especially with SPs. Especially with SPs. Mainly self-concept, if you look at anything while manifesting, self-concept plays a part in every manifestation. I'll break that down for a sec. But when in SPs, yes, because part of manifesting an SP back is how you see yourself, right? Because if everyone is you pushed out and everybody shows up in your reality just like you show up in their realities based on their assumptions of you, what do you want to assume about? What do you want them to assume about you? But the only way they can assume that about you is because you assume that about yourself. Okay, so you would have to know that you're a bad bitch, that I'm like the perfect girlfriend, literally. I make everyone's life better. This world is better with me in it type of mentality. Because that same self-concept is what attracted SP to you in the first place. Okay. Same with anything else. Okay. Same with anything else that you are, when it comes to self-concept, you have to have a level of confidence about, again, it's not perfect, but you have to have a level of confidence about you in manifesting, period. You know, you have to see with SP, you have to see yourself as desirable, as somebody that people want to be with, somebody, you know, things like that. That's self-concept when it comes to your SP. But like when it comes to business success, there's a level of confidence that you need to have about you, because therefore, when someone tells you no, you're not fucking crying about it, right? If somebody tells you it's a stupid ass idea, you keep going. Somebody rejects your proposal, you keep going because you have a level of confidence about you. In order for you to step into a belief quicker, it's a confidence situation. Okay. Because if you believe in yourself, that's a confidence level. Okay. And it's that belief in yourself and your vision that keeps people pushing through no matter how many times they're told the opposite. There's a level of confidence that needs to be involved within yourself in life, in general. You know, money, you need to have some kind of self-concept and believing that you deserve to have a lot of money, right? You can't be this shallow ass bitch walking around town expecting just to manifest the wildest dream life. There has to be some kind of level of confidence about you, because that's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you resilient. That's what keeps you pushing forward over and over and over again. Because if you have some kind of confidence level about you, then you're not folding every time somebody talks shit, every time somebody says something you don't like, every time, you know, see what I'm saying? So yes, there is a level of self-concept. Now, can you manifest without everyone has some level of self-concept, okay? That's where I think self-concept has been distorted over time, where you're not going to convince me, I will never meet somebody that has no self-concept at all, like at all. There's no way. That doesn't exist. There's not a single person out there now that doesn't have a stellar self-concept, that has a lot of insecurities. Yes. But that has no self-concept? No. No. Because if they did have no self-concept, they would have no friends, no life at all. They would have no job. Like they'd work remote from home, right? They'd be completely reclused inside their home. They wouldn't leave their home at all. They wouldn't even be able to talk to you. Okay. Even if they had a job outside and you were to be like, hey, how's your day going? They wouldn't say shit, because they have no self-concept at all. Okay. So that doesn't exist. And so I hate the fact that manifestation in society is trying to convince you that you have some fucking kind of shitty ass self-concept. What? So if anybody tries to tell you that shit, please kindly tell themselves to, yeah, That's what I'd say. If people are like, you need self-concept to manifest, I have self-concept. You have, oh, if you're not getting this, you have a self-concept issue. Bitch, do you know me? How the fuck are you going to tell me I have a self-concept issue? You don't even know me. But that's what people like to do. People like to tear down and be like, you have, everything reverts back. You have oh, you haven't gotten this? You have a self-concept issue. Oh, you haven't gotten that? You have a self-concept. What? Please. Please, that shit is fucking stupid. That's what they do. They give you part of the solution. I don't get it. I don't get that shit. They'll be like, here's why you have that problem. And if you want to fix that, go ahead and book a one-on-one coaching call with me and we'll get it popping. Huh? I did. I was literally watching a video from one of my former mentors. And that's fucking literally what he said. It's literally what he said. You need to, if you want to make business, if you want to make money in business, then you need to, don't teach them the how. You need to tell them why you have an obligation to point out that they have a problem, why they have the problem, and that they have to work with you to fix it. I guess if you're going to, I mean, for me, I'm like, I get that. I get the strategy. Okay. I'm not fucking stupid. I get the strategy. But for me, that's an integrity issue. It's an ethical issue. You know what I'm saying? Doctors aren't like, yes, you have this problem. But if you want us to fix that shit, well, you have to go. No, I don't do that shit either. So it's fucking stupid. I don't like that shit. And let's be honest. Even if I tried to implement that strategy, even if I was like, okay, I'm going to do that strategy, I still can't do it. Because that requires a level of shut the fuck up. And I think you all know that I can't do that. So, that's where because that's what they'll do. That they'll say, you need to do it. Oh, just don't. Shh. I don't even know how to do that. I don't even know how to shut the fuck up. I don't. I have no filter at all. I have no filter on things that I say. I don't think before I speak I do when it comes to my relationships and shit, but I just have no filter. And nor do I even know how to not reveal the answer, which is why do you think I don't do sales calls anymore? I used to do sales calls when it came to weight loss and stuff. But I would tell them exactly how to fucking fix their shit. I was like, this is a bad business model, Jen. This is a really bad business model. So, same with business advice. I'd have people call me and I'd be like, that's why I don't answer when Sanchi texts me. I just want to answer. Just kidding, bitch. Just kidding. But anyway, it is Saturday. So we talked about today. What did we talk about? Oh, yes. We talked about the fact that I want you guys to walk around today and I want you guys to make this a part of your routine, right? Is to really, we need to bring manifestation. We need to make manifestation fun. Okay. Because the more you can prove to yourself that you can manifest on the fly, even if it's the stupidest little shit, I don't care. If you can manifest a butterfly, doesn't matter. But the more you can prove to yourself that you can manifest little things, the easier it will be for you to drop the resistance between you and your SP. Because you'll literally be like, dude, let's be honest. I have manifested 55,000 things. So if this motherfucker thinks he's not conforming, he's got it all the way fucked up. Because I know I'm capable. That is, in all seriousness, though, that should be your fucking attitude. That should be your attitude. It's like, I'm sorry. Did you not call me today? Oh, you thought this was an option? No, bitch. We have a reservation and it's called fucking all day, every day. And you will not violate that reservation. So if you think you're going to go another day without contacting me, I don't fucking think so, because this is my goddamn house. So if you think, you're so silly. Oh, you're so silly. You didn't ask me to come over today. Are you insane? Are you insane? You thought you had a choice? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'll be seeing you tonight, honey. I'll be seeing you tonight. That's the attitude you should have. That's literally the attitude you should have. I'll be seeing you tonight. Texting me. Did you not text me this morning? Good morning. Did you break pattern, honey? You'll text me any second now. Thank you very much. Play again. Play again. That's how you have to look at it. But you guys freak out. You don't even give it an option. You don't even give it an option. Okay? Where you're just like, you don't give it an option at all. And it's like you waver every fucking second you get, or you constantly assign negative meaning after negative meaning after negative meaning, or you take everything personal. They don't fucking talk to you today. Then you're like, or they text you good morning every single day. Then all of a sudden you don't get a text this morning. And you're like, oh my God, did I say something wrong? Did I fucking piss them off? Oh my God. Why are they not texting? Why are they not texting me? Have they met somebody else? Do they not want to be together? Oh my God. The fucking stupidest thing in the world. Versus being like, you see he didn't text you in the morning. You're like, oh, it's not really a big deal. He'll text me later. That needs to be your fucking attitude. That's right, Bevy. He sure the fuck is. That needs to be your attitude. Like, I'm sorry. I'll decide when you're texting me. I'll decide when you're coming to fucking see me. I'll decide all that shit. And you'll play along. Like a good little puppy dog. It's okay, honey. It's okay, baby. You'll conform. I'm training you right now. That's how you should look at all your boyfriends. You should be looking at all of them as little puppy dogs that you're training. A puppy and a dog in training, right? He's a puppy. We just got to potty train him a little bit. Got to train you. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Veers off to the left, right? You got a pee pad. You're trying to potty train him. And you put him on the pee pad, and then he gets off of it and pees right next to you. You're like, oh, it's okay, honey. It's okay. Put him right back on the fucking pee pad. Gets right back off, pees next to it again. Does it again. That's how you have to look at your SPs. It applies to all, I won't say S-weight, it applies to all men, it applies to all people. Women are no different than men. I mean, they're different in personalities and certain things like that. But manifesting an SP is no different between a man and a woman. It's no different between a man and a woman at all. At all. It's no different. The difference is, the only difference I have found when it comes to men and women. So here's the deal. If you're a man, you can leverage what society. Remember, because I tell you guys, there's assumptions. I will go after this thought and to address snaps for Anne. She says, it's spooky how exact SP's daughter's thoughts and reminiscences are to mine yesterday. Of course they are. That's the fun part, right? That's the fun part. And you use that to keep yourself going. And like, well, if I can do that, then I can do this shit. If I can do that, then I can do this. It's the same thing, right? But here's where you need to leverage. What are your assumptions about the opposite sex? What are your assumptions about the opposite sex? Be honest with yourself. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Because I know that there's blatantly society standards of opposite sex, things that we're led to believe, right? These are already assumptions we have of the opposite sex. So how do you make that work for you? So let's take men in general. I don't care if get offended. I don't really give a shit. Okay. But in general, men, I always make it a joke and say that, men have two heads and they only think with one first and it ain't on top of their shoulders, right? So if we know that, how do you leverage that? I'm not saying you go send them a bunch of nudes, okay? However, you leverage that by adding into your description or things that you're talking when you're using the photo method, get a little dirty with it, right? Because know that if that's what you believe, if you believe that they think with their head down under first, then have a little sexy time talk with your SP about how you're all they can desire. Like literally I'm all you can desire. You cannot get enough of me, baby. I'm the best sex you've ever fucking had in your entire life. Like literally, you have sexy time with my picture all day. Picture all day. I don't care. Say whatever you want. Talk to them in a flirty little desirable way, because that's how we believe that men think, right? Same with women. If you are a man and you are manifesting a woman, or another woman manifesting another woman, what do we also believe about women in general? Women wear their heart on their sleeves. Women are very emotionally driven. Women so I used to always tell my entrepreneur clients the difference between men and women's buying styles. Men buy, it has to make sense to them. They buy on logic. Women buy on emotions, justify with logic, which is why women are the ones spending $1,000, $2,000 for a fucking handbag. And when you get home, your husband's like, what the fuck did you buy? How much was that? Are you insane? Right? And you're like, yeah, but look, don't I look so good in it, honey? Like, right? We try to justify why we bought stuff, but we're emotionally driven. So if you're a man or a woman trying to manifest another woman, then you leverage what you assume to be true about the other woman. Okay. And so, they're emotional. So you should be talking to them from a more emotional standpoint. Like, I'm your rock. Like, I'm your rock. Like, literally, you can't go through life without me, because you have to let you can fight to me about everything, because right now I know you cannot stop. Well, Patriot vibes. Let's just take the woman here. What do they do all day long? Spiral and cry. So what do you think you should be telling your wife? What do you think, Haley, you should be telling your girlfriend? Sanchi, you too. I'm all like, literally, you cannot stop crying over me. You literally are so emotional. You get so emotional every time you think about me. You just have a complete breakdown. Like, you literally are so emotional without me. Okay? Because that's what we believe to be true about the opposite sex in general. So you leverage that. You leverage what you believe to be true about the opposite sex. Think about it. What are some things that you believe as men in general and women in general? They're called stereotypes. And the only reason we have stereotypes, let's be honest, is because there's some underlying truth to the stereotype. Because they're commonalities, they're trends, right? But the reason why we have a stereotype is because they took a small portion of people, created the stereotype, and now everybody else started to assume that was true too. And now the stereotype expands. Okay. And so now you start to notice it over and over and over again. It's the same thing. So that's where you leverage the opposite sex, what you believe about them. Bliss. This is always what I'm fucking talking about. Last question before I jet. It's something I'll put the name in the WhatsApp group, Jimny, but it's something about 2020 vision. Okay. Okay, so this is important, and we'll leave it at this one. Why is it that my SP told me I needed to be clear with him, yet he wasn't clear with me? Well, first of all, don't verbalize and be clear with shit. You help him be very clear in your mind, okay? The reason why they say that, even though they're not the same with you, is one, this goes down to what I was talking about, is you need to be clear. Like, it's kind of like you saying, you need to communicate with me better. And they're like, what are you talking about? I talk to you all the time. And you're like, yeah, but that's not the kind of communication I'm talking about. And they're like, well, then what fucking communication are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, they don't understand. Okay. So same thing when they tell you one thing, they want you to be clear with them, but they're not clear with you. That is because you are not clear here. Whatever you guys are discussing, whatever you guys are talking about, you're lacking the clarity here. So because of that, he's not clear with you, and he wants you to be clear with him. Because here you are not. So therefore, there's no clarity. No one's clear about shit. So you can change that though, bitch. You can change that by getting very clear here. Because when you get very clear there, everyone else gets very fucking clear. Okay? There's very much clarity. But that's why that should happen. So think about whatever it is that you were talking about. and think about what it is that you want to be clear about, not what you think he wants to be clear about. Fuck what he wants to be clear about, okay? It's what is it that you want. Get clear about that here, and he will push it out here. Okay, that's how that works. That's how that works is you leverage what they tell you. You leverage what they tell you and say, okay, oh, I need to be clear. Okay, oh, okay, got that. That's feedback. Got it. So allow me to get very fucking clear, honey bunny, in here. I just need to figure things out. I just need to decide I just need to figure out what I want in my life. Okay, you do that. And in here, because it's feedback, let me help you figure out what you want in your life, what you want out of this relationship. Let me help you clarify here. Because when I get clear here, they're very clear here, which is why they start telling you everything you want to fucking hear. Everything you want to hear. Because you got clear. Well, thanks, Ed. If I want to slave my life away, plus I'm on the Pacific coast, so it's iffy. My state of being is iffy past, a certain period of time, if you know what I mean. But right now, while I'm going through this thing, maybe I will put in something in the evening. It certainly won't be this fucking long. That's for damn sure. But I'll put something so therefore I reach people in other time zones. We'll do that. But like I said, past a certain time, it's questionable. It's questionable. Anyway, if you're interested in having me manifest your SP for you, or you want one-on-one coaching with me so we can figure out where you're going wrong, get your shit right, let's get your SP conforming. Enough time has gone by. But I want you to go do what I said. Oh, that's right. I lost my train of thought for a sec. But all links are in my bio or the description wherever you're watching from. I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. So if you ever miss a live, head on over to fucking YouTube. All right? Because they're there. And subscribe while you're there. Thanks, Lisa, the Butterfly Girlfriend. But I forgot to give you your task for the day because it was discussed earlier. So if you're still around, here's your task for the day. Really, I want you to get good at this being your task, period. I want you to go around and I want you to just treat everything as a manifestation. Every fucking thing. Everybody, nobody's off limits. Everybody is a manifestation. You got neighbors that talk too loud? Yeah, tell them to shut the fuck up. Here. Not here. Right? Be like, yeah, they're going to shut up. They're going to be real quiet. They're going to be real quiet. No, user K26, you're in it for life, bitch. Joke's on you. I'm just kidding. Of course it can be canceled when you get your SP. So I want everything to be a manifestation. Like nobody's off limits. No fucking body's off limits. I don't give a shit what it is. Get your dog to do what the fuck you want him to do. In your mind, test it out. Test it out. Yeah. Test it out on your dog. Thought transmission goes everywhere. Okay? This is why you'll tell your dog sit, and they sit, okay? Even though they don't talk like humans. Okay? So get your dog to do what you want them to do in your mind, right? Transfer thoughts. Get really good at it. Get your children to do whatever the fuck you want them to do. Why argue with our children? Do you know how stupid we look? When I used to argue with my child, I used to be like, you know how stupid I look arguing with a 6-year-old? Yeah, that's a high achievement. What did you do today? Argued with a 6-year-old. So instead, internalize. Get your children to do exactly what you want them to do. Any person, you're at the grocery store and you feel like they need to get the fuck out of your way. In your mind, you're moving your cart. You're moving out of my way. You're moving out of my way. You want somebody to cross the street because they're creeping you out? You're crossing the street right now. You're crossing the street right now. You're holding the door open for me. You're doing this for me. You're doing that for me. Oh, another cash register is going to open up because I don't feel like waiting today. Yep, they're going to open up another register. Okay? This, that, and the fucking third. Everything is a manifestation. Everything. I want you guys to have fun with it where it's just like, you know what? There's 6 people in this fucking In-N-Out drive-thru right now. Sorry, guys. You don't know what In-N-Out is in other places. That's because we're just amazing here. Don't get me wrong. I fuck with In-N-Out. Although I do firmly believe that In-N-Out has the worst French fries in the world. Other than Chick-fil-A. And I don't know who the hell eats Chick-fil-A either, because I think that that's way overrated. Anyway, if you think that I knew that somebody needs to get out your way because I don't actually feel like waiting today. So yeah, they're going to open up another register. Yeah. Affirm that. Tell yourself that. Okay. You don't need to worry about none of that shit. You don't need to worry about it. You don't want to sit in traffic today. Tell yourself you're not saying, these are not something you're robotically affirming all day long. That's fucking stupid. You have no resistance to this shit. Okay. So you can literally say it a couple times where you're just like, I'm not going to sit in traffic today. I don't think so. I'm more of a curly fry fan, Nina, but don't get me wrong. They have one of the cheapest fries compared to McDonald's. But my daughter, she's obsessed. Me? I just think they need a little salt. Salt goes a long way. But that's all my daughter gets there is Chick-fil-A fries. I was like, I'm personally a curly fry fan myself. But anyway, so you don't want to sit at green lights or sit at red lights, but I'm going to hit all green lights today. You literally only have to say it a couple times. You don't have to say it a shit ton of times. You can literally say it for like 20 seconds and then boom, 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 boom. And you'd be like, that's fucking right. Because you guys will see that manifestation does not take a long time. Because if you can literally sit there and tell yourself as you're getting in your car, like before you leave, you're like, yeah, I'm not going to sit. We're hitting all green lights today. We're hitting all green lights today. And then you can get in your car and boom, 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 green light, green light, green light, green light, green. That's how quick manifestation comes. And you'll see that because you'll prove it to yourself because you'll be like, damn. Okay, for the whole week, let's recap everything that I manifested in the entire week. Did it take a long, drawn out time? Did you suffocate it? Did you think about it all day long? Did you do all that? No, you didn't. Thought about it for a couple times and boom. Yeah, right. Like flashy 2 times, 2 days. Within 15 miles. You said it for a second, okay? That's how quick manifestation happens. But the more you prove it to yourself about every fucking thing, every stupid little thing in the world, and you see it happening over and over again, hopefully my intention is when you guys do that, that you guys are finally going to be like, dude, I've been way overthinking this shit. Because I say things a couple times, it's manifested. I manifested 10 different things today. Yeah, granted, they were all small. Who cares? No manifestation is a stupid one, and no manifestation is small. But you guys are going to sit there and be like, damn. Okay, I manifested 10 things in the last 7 days. Didn't take me months. Took me 10 minutes. Cool, sick, I'm on this. I'm on this. Because it's fun. It is fun. Like, I enjoy it. And don't get me wrong, I'm not going to say I'm hitting all green lights. I have fun with that shit. Because I'm in California and we don't like to wait for shit. And I hate traffic. And it's everywhere. And I don't even like sitting at I don't even like sitting at red lights. So I'll sit there and be like, I'm hitting all green lights. It's like, it'll be red as I start to approach. And then boom, green. Boom, green. That shit's fucking fun. That shit is fun. To be like, that's right. That's right. And so that's what I want for you guys, okay? Is to get that. Let's play a game. Everything. Nothing is off limits. Get your dog to sit when you want him to sit. Don't even verbalize the shit. Do it in your mind. And be like, you will sit down. To your dog or whatever you tell them, sit. And when they sit, then you'll be like, I'm just going to go mute now. I don't have to talk to anybody. You're holding the door open for me, by the way. Yeah, you're going to hold the door open for me. You're holding the door open for me. You're going to give me an extra French fry in my French fry bag. Yes. Throw in an extra chicken nugget while you're at it. Man, Garrett's the most desired one in his entire yoga class. In the entire yoga class. She's like, you're obsessed with me, by the way. In case you didn't know, You're obsessed with me too. I love you, Lisa the butterfly. All right. That's your task. We're going to do it again tomorrow because I think it'll be so much fun for you guys to literally just put that fucking crown on and be like, that's right. I've been thinking that it can only go to people that I want to talk to, but it can work on any fucking body and anything out there. Out there. There's no limits. Man, if you're not just manifesting people, you can get your dog. I'm telling you, try it on your dog. Say nothing to him. Watch them do what you want. Yes, that's a good idea, Bevy. Put them all in the success group in our WhatsApp. So, like, what did you guys manifest for the fucking day? Let's recap what you manifested for the day. No matter what it is, everything doesn't fucking matter. Let's have fun. Let's have fun with this shit. All right? All right. Yes, Fashy, looking forward to talking to you tomorrow, bitch. There you go, Brandy. She said she just tried on her cat. She looked at her. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah. Bye, Taylor girlfriend. Bye, Karen. Yeah. I want you guys to hit me with all the fucking shit you guys manifested just out of ridiculous, just no limits. All right. Let's have fun with this shit because we need to bring fun back into it because your SPs are going to start conforming a whole lot fucking faster because you're making it fucking fun. All right. All right, besties. I love you and I will see you all in the WhatsApp group. Or by text, WhatsApp, whatever. I'm responding, bitches, okay? Love you, besties. Bye.